go for about 3 hours, which means we have a good amount of time in front of us. See none, Dan, James, Wombat, Rizlumi. Good to see all of you. Let's get ready to rumble is how I'm feeling. Tiffany, Be Anonymous, RC Coins, Imperador, Blaney. Yeah, we got some awesome coins. I just finished inventorying them prior to the start of this evening. That's why I was a little bit late. And we'll start with really good coins. No messing around here. I just actually have to turn off the light so that we get better contrast. And we'll just go for it. Starting with a silver 1700s coin, not a type that we get into frequently. A Dutch Republic. It's kind of like the Do It, except it's silver. You can see that clear Hollandia token. Very, very solid. This is a 2 stiver coin. We've got the nice Dutch lion. Reminds me of the lion dalder. Do I have a 5 rupee that I inventoried? Currently it's $7, $8, well back of where I was at. That doesn't mean that it has to go higher, but I think it's a real solid type. So, Nicola, thanks for sharing my live stream. Wattberg, Coin Jam, Silver Sellers, Long Legged. A lot of good stuff in the show this evening. What's going on? Tiffany Ancients, Cool Magic Guy, currently leading here. And it can go on and on and on, and it does not surprise me. I feel like when a show's just warming up, and we got a bunch of great. I got a big group of Pruda. There were some coins in there that were not super clearly, Pruda. And so I had sent a bunch to grading. That one will go to Lightning. And so make sure to get in. It's these ones, it's likely that they're Pruda, but there's a world where basically it's a different type, if that makes sense. So was with a big group of Pruda that I bought, but it could be something else. This one's in great condition. We might do 2 more of them, and we'll all offer them in a sudden death format just because we have a lot of coins to go through tonight. So much, again, new inventory that we've brought. And so that makes things exciting. What's going on? Yeah, Lop Carl, good to see you all. Make sure to get in the giveaway. We're doing free ancient coins this evening. Big Pappy is going to win that one. And like I said, maybe we'll do 1 or 2 more here. Maybe 2 more. Not going to increase the start price. We will go down to 15 seconds. This one has good contrast. All these are different dates. Some people put together a series of the different dates. You can really nicely see the lion there. And so keep me updated with the coins you're interested in seeing. I know we have some great NGC types. That one is going to go to Be Anonymous, a nice 2 stiver. And then last but not least, we've got this one here. And we'll go back to 20 seconds. I think, 20 seems like a solid play. 1754 on this one. Fantastic how clear that lion shows up. And then I'm trying to think if we move on. There's some other nice types. Any Parthian? No, I should have some Parthian like 2 weeks from now. Actually, maybe as early as next weekend. I have a little bit. I haven't inventoried it. But the ancient kind of Persian type is that one. This is going to be a way bigger than normal. $15 Dutch Netherlands. So similar East India Company. This is going to be Utrecht on the reverse. This is way larger than the normal Duets that we run. And yeah, AM coins, don't hesitate to remind me on that front. They're great. So would be pleased. Gabe Doss sounds good. We did get in some nice condors. And so I'm trying to think, I don't think anybody has requested for too much other in particular. So why don't we run some of the condors? We got some nice new jetons, just to call some of those out. Or no, maybe this isn't even a condor. This is going to be a 1755. I will call out, I'm not sure if it's a 1753 or 1755. Oh no, I think it's 1733 is what this might be. Is that right? I'm not sure. Basically, coin on screen, it might be wrong ID'd or the year is off there. Will be dollar starting this one. A nice colonial type, mid 1700s, mid to early. But it is King George II. George III, who reigned 1760 to 1820, is the guy we fought against. Still got a nice ways to run here. And when I look at that, I mean, I think it's 1753 just based off what I know on the dates. But could be 1755, actually, which would be right. You think it's 1753? That makes sense. Yeah, I also don't want to mislead anybody. I do think that the one thing I'm more confident in is that it's not like the misread or whatever is going to be too helpful in one direction from a price perspective. This one was requested as well. This is going to be a WX59022. I did pay a good bit for this. Let me just tell you where I need to be on it. Paid $59.65. This thing is a big. It's more of a metal than a jeton. It's been cleaned. I like to get $79 on it. That way, I'm going to make about $12. I'd feel really good about that. But you've got Maria Antoinette. You raise Maria Ant, Austria, and then France and Navarre. Interesting, like large metal. Um, and it's in amount, but it's really really neat, and it's not a type that I've seen much of any time in the past. Looks like 53. Okay, thanks Blaney for that analysis. Yeah, always helpful to get all of your thoughts on that kind of thing. And we got a lot of good world silver as well. I mean, I'm thinking we could dollar start. We have some nice Russian stuff. This is actually before they just call it regular Soviet Union. This is a 1923, so a little bit of an earlier type. Super focused on the hammer and sickle there. 50% silver, nice coin, good eye appeal. Big fan of that. And it's but this is like the early phase. I did also pick up some later phase stuff. That one's going to go to Jim. Yeah, ship themed metals. We did get some ship themed jetons. A little bit of a tongue twister there. And we'll start these just at $7. Let's immediately start another giveaway here. This one's also going to be a 15 Kopecks. Make sure to get in the next giveaway. It's going to be an ancient silver coin, or ancient, widows' mites or similar types. That would have been circulating as mites. So super interesting history and context. So let's see. I think I've got two more here of this type. We'll make them shorter starts, but and this is at this point they transition to the socialist, just the Soviet Republic. So USSR, you can see CCCP. Nice again. Globe, hammer and sickle, clearly struck. And the 15 denomination, always interesting. It's really, it's a unit that they would use. It's not common to a bunch of other places. So again, we got that. We're going to do one more here. Probably want to start this one at $7 is what I'm paying. So very nice. And then why don't we even try, we could do a couple of these nice NGC, we have some nice NGC types here. So this one, again, 1924. Is that a little better date? I know the 1924 one Kopeck is sought after. I'm not sure on that one. Here we've got, this is going to be ancient Syria, which is modern day Turkey. And we'll go no sudden death. This one could really bid up. It's a Trebonianus Gallus, only reigned for about 2 years. And we've got a nice Tyche and a temple with a delta epsilon above it, Senatus Consulto, authority of the Senate underneath, and a great portrait facing right. I think it's real interesting type. And anything 1951, I'm not sure. I've got the Russian rubles, I don't know. But the octagon jetons. We do have to bring out some of the jetons. We'll get into those. Let me try to pull those actually while we're waiting here. Let's do at least another two of these. Again, these are modern day Turkey, ancient Syria. This one, repatinated, but it's got a great ram leaping right across the top. And that ends up bringing out some of the detail to see Tyche clearly in the middle. I think that there's like a nymph or a man underneath. And then again, good detail on the front there. And then we'll do another Greek one after that. So feel like we've got some good room to run. Catherine 5 Kopecks. Yep. BSUs. I'm looking at those. I tried to sell them for about 144. They didn't go. I'm going to drop it to 134. They're pretty solid coins. It's really tough for me to find them. And so that's where I would be on those ones. And motion mode, that is great. There again, it's like 1500. They're circulating with a bunch of widows mites. Nice one for Tiffany Ancients. We'll do. This is not a type that I see too often. Then we have to get into some of the 5 Kopecks. Lightning, keep reminding me about that. This is great. It's got a huge eagle on there. Eagle landing on an altar with, I think it might be the caps of the Dioscuri on either side of it. 1st century BC. in modern day Turkey, I believe, Phrygia, Apamea, just beautiful, beautiful obverse portrait there, facing right with a cap. I think this one has a lot of potential. Sounds good BSUs. I may run those, but probably not right away. In case other people are particularly interested in them. Again, I mentioned a couple of these NGC ones I want to try. I mean, this one, that eagle is magnificent. I think that'll be a great one headed to Tiffany. We get some high quality Byzantine stuff. And I know there's a lot of folks here. We might even. I don't really want a sudden death just because these are some solid types. Justin the First Byzantine Constantinople Mint, the modern day Istanbul. Huge M would mean 40 Follis, and it's got a cross up top, reminding them of Christian history. Here we see the DN, that's like Dios Nostre, something like that. And then Justinus PP Augustus, so it's like the father of the country, Pater Patriae. Augustus is the ruler. And so this one's pretty, and it's got a very appealing big time M on the back of that one. And then we've got a last one before we do some of the 5 Kopecks, some of the ship jetons, and then we're going to be coming back to the NGC stuff because, man, it's some good ones. I'm not going to increase the start price on this one. This one, I'll tell you, it's rare, and I'm more confident in that. I mean, not insanely rare, but it's a huge Follis Anno. That's going to be 6, so it's like a V and then an I. But this is Tiberius II Constantine. He's ruling in between, who is it, Justin II and Sophia. Justin II goes insane. He's only in there for about 4 years because right after that it's going to be Maurice Tiberius, 582 to 602. And so this one is a big time one, and it's great to see really all of his portrait on the front flan there. Any old Portuguese? I'm not sure. 115. Yeah, no, I tried to bring some heat today. When will I run the Jerusalem Pruda? Why don't we run a Jerusalem Pruda now? And then I really do need to get those 5 Kopecks. I've got some that are in tough shape. This one, so these are cool. These are going to be Judean, and we've got another giveaway getting selected here. Let's do $1 start on it. This would be the Roman procurators right after Pontius Pilate, who's very famous for having crucified. And we're giving away similar to widow's mites, but they're low grade. I think some of these might even be Roman. But you can see an umbrella with a canopy on there. It's going to be struck 41 to 42 AD, so probably about 8 years after Jesus' death, but circulating right around, all the folks in New Testament running around ancient Judea could have been transacting with these coins, which are referenced to this denomination elsewhere in the Bible. So very, very interesting. Way back at the starting price, I think that I'm normally offering these ones at. So I think it's a good opportunity. Pick one of these up if you haven't already. I think when we do the starts, might be a touch higher. So any boo, yes, JLB and Gabe Da. Nice win, great win for Tiffany there. So let me just pull some of the coins that were requested here. 5402. But we talked about a bunch of those 5 Kopecks. So let's run them. I've kind of been liking the dollar starts. They can be a little bit on these. I have no reserve about these bidding past 29. I got a nice group. Take a look at that of 5 Kopecks, really solid hockey pucks. And so I think that these could go gangbusters. And keep reminding me about the boo. Maybe I'll pull some. We got, okay, I think you're actually going to be pumped because we got some great boo. We also have some other rarer coins of the time that we'll talk about momentarily. And so, yeah, GL Sutera, these are like the real big, chunky, revolutionary era. But we have to remember Russia is like a super European country at this stage. Not to say that's not today, and that's going to go to Cool Magic Guy. But I feel like it's at some of their peak, and they just struck these massive coins. And so I'm always like astounded by basically what they look like. And we have a ton of different Russian types tonight. So there's we have some of the Soviet, we have some of like the Russian Socialist Federation right after the revolution, but prior to proper Soviet Union. We have a bunch of the older ones, some copper stuff. So there's a lot of different and they do have a long history. We also have some like modern day Russia, but also Islamic, like Golden Horde types. Nice win. 2 special junk. Looks like you got a first purchase. We're gonna do one more of the 5 Kopecks. Then we have to do some of the boo. Then we have to do the Gabe Da Condor token, and then we will be, let's see, looking some other 1769. Again, these things are real early, super interesting, and we'll rip through a bunch of the boo. And then if people are enjoying Togawa stuff, we have, well, I'm going to save a little surprise to show you guys, but we have a type that's more exciting. And so that one is going to go to Emma Meal, a little bit more worn of a 5 Kopek. So that one makes sense to me. Here, though, let's go on some of the Silver Boo. These we got to do sudden death. These would be like Tokugawa Shogunate, right before America or during the time period that Commodore Perry were like reopening Japan, which had been closed off to outside world for a long time. These are particularly nice condition. Emil, not tons of shipwreck. I'm hoping to pick some more up. Actually, I have an 8 reals that's shipwrecked. And lightning, yeah, and that's a nice that is a nice Russian coin. While people were talking about them, let's take a look at. I'm going to keep these running, and then I will not forget about AC. Luke sounds good. Keep reminding me about that. We need to do AC because you requested that a while ago. So we're gonna. Oh, that's not Russia. That's a Riga coin. Nice bill and solidus. And again, these are quite flashy, nicer types for the type. So again, I feel like they're. I can see these having strong outcomes. Let's see. We'll do this one, and then maybe just so people don't get bored, we'll come back and do a couple more Boo next. Man, that's a nice strike. Take a look at how shiny, and a little counter mark in the middle there. Motion mode, those are down in Texas, so there's 2 different locations for our company. So those ones are down in Texas. They're not with me. So just have to call that out. I think there are some more coins. Would totally recommend tuning into some of their streams. They're going to go, I think, 3 times this coming week. These are nice looking. This is a particularly good looking one. Last week we were having many of them go in the 30s, but this is very beautiful. Like nice shape, still nice luster, and you can see a good amount of the punch on this bean money from the Tokugawa Shogunate. Beautiful, higher grade type, minted in the 1700s, earlier, and it would have kind of been a stand-in for the Boo. So it would have actually been a lower denomination, but it's a lot tougher to find those. And so I'm always pumped when we get them. Let's do this. Fairly exciting, I would say. 1790 for political, acquitted by his jury. Condor tokens. These were filling in for small change shortages. And guys, we got to get the giveaways continuing. Similar to a widow's mite. Beautiful. Again, 1794 Condor token from Great Britain, United Kingdom, acquitted by his jury counsel, Honor T. Erskine v. Gibbs, Esquire. And the detail on this is still really, really nice remaining. Best Booker Guide for Foreign Ancients. I think it's the Krauss book on World Ancients. Seer has some good references, but it's really specific to all the different types that are out there, if that makes sense. The French with Arts and Sciences building. I might actually have that one today. I haven't sold any of that group, but that's part of what was keeping me so long. And then we have the Riga one, by the way. I know I've been going slow there. It'll be a good lower price opportunity for folks. This one, not necessarily. Gabe is going to hang on to it, though. And so let's see the French. Yeah, those were all unboxed yesterday. I was like way behind on getting a video out. Really fun unboxing. And so you have some of those Russian and a lot of the French types, all under WX92. This is going to be, again, mid 1600s Swedish Livonia. And the date, I don't know, but this would have been struck at Riga, which is that modern day Latvia? I'm not exactly sure. Beautiful type, though. Big Pappy in the lead on it, and that's going to go to Lightning. Congratulations. Looks like we have 2 more of the Boo, and I know that they're highly sought after. So we're going to be, I think, running some of those shortly here. 27 start price as always. And again, I tried to pick really good looking individual example. Any more Byzantine? Not tons of them, but we have a few. So we can run a couple shortly. I'd be open to it. Ooh, in the next Boo, I think people are going to see the eye peel, and it'll be kind of insane. Port City. What do you mean by that, DJSC? Oh, and we also have some of the ship types that we have to focus on. Take a look at this, though. I'm not going to change the start price, but it's just so well centered and still has a ton of luster on there. I think that'll be popular. Oh, Riga is a port city. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Marcus Aurelius Silver Denari. I don't think I brought any today. I've got them in stock. Might be a little while before I get most of them back. Sorcerer Stan, nice win. And let's see. I guess, tell me, do people want to see some of the French jetons? We have some nice types on that front for sure. Man, I mean, basically what happened to I got in some big lots of the Boo. I was able to sell some of them off. And people talked about some of the Byzantine. I have a nice countermarked, I'm realizing, as well. Um, but I wish I had more. I have great ancients. I don't have like a super complete suite of ancients. So it was kind of like grabbing some random stuff that I had laying around to prep for this show. But we have a bunch of Marcus Aurelius, but not in front of us today. And then this one, there's some nice chops. You can see a chop mark up top, actually on both sides, which is pretty cool. So I think that's very nice. Let's do a Christ Follis, a Byzantine one, graded, and then we'll do some of the French. And so Eric, 1371, this one is coming down to the wire sorcerer stand. Gonna snag that one. This one here, 025. Nice Christ Follis is tough to price. We'll start at 39 and let it bid up. You can see the full Jesus Christ King of Kings, Jesus Christ on the front, NGC. Very, very fun. Trying to think of other ones that we've got on hand here. But we have a couple of these nice Byzantine Christ Follis. Yeah, just not easy to come by, get a hold of, that kind of thing. And so especially not like large flan like that. We have, real high quality selection, basically. Emma Meal leading. The dimes, yes. What are you looking to pay there? Yeah, what approximate range do you think you're looking at there? And these are interesting again, and I'm not gonna. I probably should, for time's sake, have raised that. Jesus Christ, King of Kings. This is, there's a little differences in sometimes how they're struck, some of the detail, but you can see the Bible in this one really nicely. Side lettering, all the good ingredients are there. Totally agree. Gabe Dot. Let's find the one that you had requested. May have to sudden death that one. It's a nice. How old are they? This is about 1,000 years old. Likely between about 1020 and 1028. So like literally 1,000 years old. DJSC, yes, I would run if it's at $22. I'll run them at 22. So yeah, I think I'd be comfortable right at that level. And so yeah, man, these are nice. And keep me updated, guys, on what you continue to be after, because I'm trying to go for just really high quality, nice looking items. And so we got a bunch in the giveaway. We're gonna immediately. They were all being used as it seemed like the group was a bunch of Pruda. Some of them were a little less clear that they were Pruda, and so I'm not gonna put them in a. I'm not sure that they're gonna go in the NGC, but definitely with a big group of Pruda, they all look the same. So felt confident, and it's like that's kind of a perfect giveaway type coin. I guess we could do one more of these. I'm gonna start it a little higher. Normally, I don't like to start, but I'm just thinking on the time perspective. We start this one for $69. It's also got really nice eye appeal. You can see the full ICXC and the lettering on either side, plus a full portrait with the Jesus Christ King of Kings in the center of it. The Sikh Empire Silver. Let me check on that. I think they're quite nice, Rislumi. I don't think Blaney got the Napoleon. How many of those do you have? I think this, and there's maybe 2 more remaining in the show, but I want to kind of spread those out a little bit. So Gabe Dot, and then we have some of those dimes that were requested. And then we're gonna, let's see, this one, I think we'll just do a regular $19 start, but sudden death, just in the interest of times. Very nice looking type. And Golden Pineapple said your payment didn't go through. No problem. I thought that 69, pretty not too expensive a price for it. So I'm more than okay if you hold off from paying. A $500 one. Everything you have is VF. Lightning, keep requesting, because I'm going slow with some of the, and then the Sikh Empire Silver. Keep please asking about that as well. Silesia. This is a cool coin. It's a Silesia 1 Kreuzer. That's from from the Holy Roman Empire. That's where a lot of my ancestors are from. My grandma actually grew up in Silesia, modern day Poland, and so I have a good affinity for that area. But 1700 Silesia, Austrian Leopold, or Holy Roman Empire, Leopold the First. Hiberno Norse coinage, not on me right now. Not on me right now. Ancient Greek, Eric. Yep, we've got a little bit of it, but not tons for today. Nice win for DJSC there. I know I talked about some of these dimes, and so I'm mostly a world and ancients guy, but when I get in, if I think that there's a good deal on some US, and like these are nice eye appeal coins, 1857. It's got a nice circulated cameo. You can see a little bit of detail in the face, full Liberty, real nice and clear. I'm like, I'm not going to not pick them up, if that makes sense. I think that there's a good amount of opportunity on a nice coin like this, right around like the Bleeding Kansas Civil War time. It's good coin history. And so this one, a little more worn, but it's a lot older. This one's going all the way back to 1845. So the seeded stuff comes in after the capped bust ends around 1837. 1845 is going to be this one. Nice and worn. The next one we've got, which is going to be 1845 as well, is in really solid shape, and we're still going to sudden death it for the same price. So do I get a lot of Byzantine coins? I wish I got more. I guess I put it that way. Not super common to find them, so when I do, I'm really excited. But in my inventory, we have a decent number. Not a huge amount, but a decent number. Then again, this one, really good looking 1845 dime, especially relative to the last one. That reverse is really strong. I'm a fan. 59010-02, I think. And then we got 01 as well. Hit the Greek. Okay, let me find the Greek. It's some of it is like also kind of Greek Empire, if that makes sense. Is this the 02? No. Oh man, well where did I put 01, 02, 10, 02? There we go. All right, I found it. 1695 might be a copper liard. Let's do a dollar start on it. It's a really nice eye appeal coin. So I think, this is King Louis the 14th, who would have reigned from 1643 to 1715. At this time, he didn't realize that he was the Sun King. Just reigns almost forever. Pretty exciting. And so a good condition coin like this, I think it's got some room. That doesn't guarantee that happens, but that one is going to go to Tito. Nice win. And then after that, we have 1708 4 denier. A little bit more wear, but you can see clearly, an older portrait. So you can see 50 years later, he's making himself look older on his coins, if that makes sense. So that's kind of interesting. And then let's see, Rand Hall in the lead. Another Pruda. The good condition ones that I have are going to be real pricey. The one I ran earlier went way cheap. This one is a $29 for a nice looking Pruda, or not nice looking, but like clearly identifiable to a Roman procurator. Those are tougher to find than the regular Alexander Jannaeus. You can clearly see the 3 grain ears here. That's a nice coin, and I can run some of the other ones, maybe a little stronger look, but I'm expecting those to be a lot pricier. Trimes, I'm not sure if I have. Let's make sure. And it looks like Zack Attack gets a giveaway. Let's do another. Again, from a big group. Nice win for Golden Pineapple. Oh, man, Golden Pineapple. Wait, did your payment go through on another one? Okay, it did look like it ended up clearing. Once I had somebody who had done a bunch of pre-bids, and like here you can see it's super clear as well. And there it went through. Thanks for just double checking on that. And then it can be tough. Okay, so we got the 3 clear ears. On this side, you can see the canopy, but it's worn. And we have a little bit to the bottom there. The Pruda, a little bit more worn, but again, it's tough to find Roman procurators Pruda. And so always pumped when we do get them in. Any shekels? No shekels. And keep reminding me about no shekels. I think almost, and here I'm going to focus on the reverse. Again, it's a worn coin. You can't hide that, and I certainly wouldn't be able to. Then we'll do an expensive, I'll ask like a higher price with no sudden death for a Jewish war Pruda that's in pretty nice shape. These are AD, excuse me. Yeah, that's a good call out. The person who had ID'd these for me remotely, who's not me, got it wrong. Very nice person, but they just put the wrong thing on there. Right here, we've got a $79 start, 66 to 70 AD. So that's the end of Nero's reign, but it's got this beautiful leaf, really clear. And then you have an amphora on the reverse. Nice win. No, I'm glad you got the giveaway win. We don't have tons of other. Well, we have some really cool types, and we'll see. Tiffany currently leading on this. It does not surprise me that this bids up. And actually, I have a perfect one to go with this, which will run shortly. And there's so many more that we have tonight. And keep asking about them. I'm seeing some things come in. This is Vespasian, Antioch, which is not too far away. I guess we'll do 29 bucks. I think it'll bid a lot higher. He's an earlier ruler and such a beautiful reverse on this one. Senatus Consulto, struck under the authority of the Senate, even though that wasn't a Senate, it was an emperor at this point. And Vespasian goes in, and he's the one fighting against the ancient Judean civilization from 66, crushes them, though, from the start of his reign, 69 through to 70. And beautiful. On this side, I'm not surprised. I was going to be like, wow, 38 bucks seems like a good place to be on that one, but kind of have to let the market decide if that makes sense. Beautiful Roman provincial. And so, yeah, no problem, Golden. And yeah, let's also pull a couple of jetons. Emma Meal in the lead, and Emma Meal's going to sneak it nice win. This one was going to be next up, a great tetradrachm it's actually pretty worn on the reverse. So let's do, I think it'll go at 49 bucks though, because it's got a nice clear obverse showing Elagabalus, who's kind of a crazy ruler, like totally insane, part of the Severans, and he ends up getting put in place. So this is a pretty good obverse. And I mentioned the reverse tougher, but you can see the eagle there and the Antiochian lettering. Really nice obverse though, very clear on all the detail. That one's going to head to Tiffany. Let's see what other items we might have. There's going to be, we have some good Byzantine. I guess we have more Byzantine, a lot more Byzantine than usual. Jeton, though. We talked about the Jetons. I don't want to be telling everybody I've got them and then not showing them. So let's pull a couple here. We normally start these at 49, so that's where they'll start. Could be a little clean. This actually might be prior to 1880s or so, but a nice notary Jeton silver. Get a little clean but beautiful notary look. It's focused on the law and it has this crazy like deep blue toning. This is right out of the video from yesterday. Arrondissement de Soissons, Notaire in Ain. And any of the Byzantine gold, I don't have the Byzantine gold. The Sikh. Sorry about that. Yeah, keep asking. And I know that there's also some French ones. Let me just pull the French ones. I think I need to go be more aggressive about that. All right, so we've got two Jetons, I think, right here. Then we'll come back to them. But the Sikh, and I'm going to try to make $5 on it. I think I paid a little bit more for the Sikh types. I paid 65, but I only bought two of them just to test them out. So I think I'll plan on starting those at 77. But I only bought two of them, so I could get a couple of more, not a ton more, if they do well. But it's kind of like a higher end. And this is talking about immortality, which is really cool. Rand Hall is going to win that one. And then we have one more. This is a great, people are asking about nautical themed stuff. So this is the Jetons. And so this is a Chamber of Commerce type with a beautiful ship shape. And we're going to keep going with these ancient types that I believe would have been in a large group with a bunch of mites. Again, we're making sure we've got tons of basically giveaways all night this evening. So that should be really fun. And then, okay, so next up we've got the Sikh type. Sikh. There it is. 880601. This is Anandgar Mint. 77 bucks again after fees. I'm gonna make about $5-6, not including any of the purchasing or like the labor, all that kind of thing. Really, really cool. This would date to about 1784 AD. So while we're waging, or I guess just resting on our laurels of winning the Revolutionary War, this is what they are striking in the Sikh Empire, which is different from some of the other. And we have some other interesting Indian types. That one is going to go to Raslumi. If you want a second, you could have a second, but in case somebody else wanted to jump in, again, I paid 65, so looking for 77 bucks here. I think it's a pretty fair place to be. We got the regnal year, I believe, in Persian script and dating. And so, yeah, minted in Anandgar. So not something that I get tons of in, but I'm always excited about. Yeah, a lot of pretty interesting Indian types. We've been getting some cool Indian stuff recently. Any slabs depicting Jesus? We've got two more. Yes, lightning sounds good. Why don't we run that one? I just pulled it. Trying to think, was there one other? It's a good one. I mean, it's like the Silesia or Austria. I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but we'll do a dollar start. I think this is nicer than the prior, which bid up to 16 bucks. And I think you'll all see that. but certainly a Leopold one kreuzer in silver from 1700. I'm not sure about the mint exactly, but the Holy Roman Empire dual-headed type. And so let's see, Byzantine arts and sciences. Oh, the arts. Let me type in arts, and we will see Byzantine with Jesus. Christ is King. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Jinx Canada? Let's see. So the arts and sciences, and we have another. We have a little French, I think, Liard coin. Is that maybe interesting? Just while we're running it, this should be a less expensive, but then I can find the arts and sciences. And this one's minted with the X mint mark, which is kind of interesting. King Louis the 14th again, so 1643 to 16 art. Okay, it must not have been. I don't think I brought that one. I'm sorry on the arts and sciences. Leopold, I know I really should, and we'll get ready for some of the. I'll try to have it ready for next show. This is an Anastasius NGC, so he's got two different color eyes. Anastasius Decorus. Um, Run another. All right. Well, do I even have any of the Leopold left? I'm gonna be sad for both of us if I don't. Oh yeah, it looks like I do. All right. We'll find some holy. I think I might have one of them, and then maybe one in a little larger shape. No, maybe two. Let's see. I think I've got one of the one kreuzers. Sitting in the top right column, we have some great French types. Some really great French types. In on Alexander. Alexander the Great, are we talking about? I don't know how much of the Alexander the Great I have tonight. I'll try to get some more. But here, okay, we got the 1690 something. This one, it looks really nice to me. Again, the last one looked bid to the 20s. It's got really good. That one's an actually very fantastic. It's very pretty. Leopold, his kind of strong Habsburg jaw coming through very clearly, but in a higher state of preservation for sure. That one is going to go to Jinx. Oh, and the Ptolemy stuff, man, I love Ptolemy coins. Wish I had more of them. This one I think could get a little more action on the bidding side, and then we'll have to go back to, well, maybe the really nice French coin in front of us. This is a 1665 6 kreuzer, Holy Roman Empire, King Leopold. VI staying there for 6 kreuzer. And then you have the double-headed but much larger silver coin, which is fun. And then, yeah, we can dollar start a great-looking Christ Follis. Alexander, yeah, exactly, Blazing Collector. I think a lot of people just recognize that. Leo, what's the story on Leo? Because he's, what, 813 to 820? I think I brought one of him somewhere. May take me a little bit to find them. Jesus Christ is King for Christmas. All right, well, I've only brought a couple of them left here, and so I can run them while time is on. And make sure, guys, that you're entering the giveaways. These are ancient, and let's put in another immediately. Dollar start on this one. These are going to be ancient coins. Most of these are similar to widow's mites. Basically, they were found, I was purchased a big group with them, and they seem to have been functioning as widow's mites. And so let's see here what else we could run. Yeah, great Jesus Christ, King of Kings, anonymous Follis. And we have a couple of these that are not in encapsulated graded holder. Yeah, exactly. Oh, this one's definitely Byzantine. Definitely Byzantine. We have a couple that are not in the holder. But like this thing is beautiful. Maybe it's prettier than the ones that are in. And you can see the Jesus Christ King of Kings. Man, all the Bible, all the detail in the back. The XC is Christ. IC would be on this side, and a ton of relief in the Bible and main part of the body there. Really, really, really nice. Just a big fan of these types here, and we've got a lot of good stuff tonight that we haven't even kind of started to touch. So I think it'll be fantastic. Yeah, I mean, do I have this slabbed? Yes, I've got one of them, and lightning sounds good. I think I inventoried that one right before we started. 10403. Yeah, sure. It's okay. That one, yes, I inventoried it right before we started. It's not in the best of shape, you'll see, but hopefully that's okay. This is going to be 59-10404. It does have a hole in it. This is a Pope Innocent the 11th half grosso, 91% silver. You can see Innocentus or Nocet Minus, excuse me, 1686 on the back, then INNOC, and then XI, the 11th. Very, very solid papal type, but it's you don't see that too much. 1600s Papal States um, type, and that one's going to go to BF. Yeah, we got lots of old silver. Kind of just getting started. This one I couldn't ID it, and sometimes it's fun. It says Pon Max. It's in nice shape. It's from the same little lot there. I think I could ID it with a little bit of time, but we were moving fast, and so it says PRAESIC. Has an interesting person on the front of it, and it says Pon Max. It's a cool type, a little nicer than the prior. A little bit of research, I think, would bode well for it. And so, I think that's a cool type. Ooh, and then I think we're going to love this one, 59027. This one is French. This is an emergency 1792 merchant token. We're not going to sudden death this one because simply in beautiful shape. A couple of scratches, but revolution. It talks about the French Revolution. Two souls, médaille qui se vend. Vend is like sell in Paris. Emergency type. The year 4 of liberty. Liberty sur la loi, and the law. Droit de l'homme, which is rights of man. We have the chicken symbol. The liberty cap. Absolutely magnificent. 1792. Yeah, I have to announce better if I'm going sudden death or not, I guess. And we have a couple of other nice Byzantine types, but I think this one has still some room there. Just beautiful Revolutionary era French types. WX, sure. I think that's probably going to be Russian. We do have a nice mix of Russian types this evening, so we'll try not to forget about those. 1124. Probably like a 55 start type situation. Let's though do a couple of 1776 dated jetons, and we've got the Russian one right there. But I didn't want to forget I had gotten those specially prepared because people like jetons, people like 1776 as well. So that's a great year for all the Americans, and it's got this nice B scene with a face in the sun, Secrétaire du Roi, Louis the 16th. Very, very interesting. You're not a fan of Jetons, Jinx, or are you, um, you know, a big fan? There are 100 mon in the bins. Yeah, they're great. I mean, I'm a big, so I think I bought 3 or 4 of these. And so, yeah, there's a couple 100 mon. Yeah, there's a couple in the bin. We can run a couple though, straight up as well. Yeah, we got some great tone stuff for sure. This one, nice looking. Again, 1776 is really fun. Try not to spend money. That's tough at Treasure Town. I can't. But also, the other thing there is very much welcome. P. Pratt is going to get that giveaway. Congratulations. Let's make sure that we're keeping up. They're ancient coins. I bought them in a group that had a bunch of Pruda, and so we'll run them. But this one is Blaney Go Fast. You can see again, great detail, 1776 Jeton. And then I guess maybe there's one other. Germbra, keep requesting that one. I'll run it after the Ruble, which is after this one. Freedom themed Jetons with that date there. Victoria Silver Crowns, yes, we do have them. And keep asking. Let's try the Ruble, which would be a 55, no sudden death situation. This is the last of this type that I have in my inventory. 1776 Jeton Louis the 16th. That's going to go to Jimmy. Good type. Let's see. So we have this one, 1896. 1896. This one's going to be $55. No sudden death. Good looking ruble king or Emperor Nicholas the second. A little bit of tone, but it's a worn coin. But again, you can see a little bit of that tone towards the bottom there. Nice large silver with very elegant Cyrillic Russian lettering. And so that's funny. Soda, yeah, I mean, I try to focus on some of the really exciting types. And then we got for Germbra, so AD 20. And somebody had said, I just saw the coin flash in front of me, 3104. What is that coin? That's going to be, a 1518. These are good. These are good. Makes me excited to see a dollar start here. This is a nicer coin. He's running along. It's a 500 plus year old silver medieval Polish Lithuanian Sigismund the First and a great eagle on the reverse. Good amount of room, I think, left there. And that one's going to be. Oh no, wait! I thought that said that it sold. No, it's Golden Pineapple. Thanks for continuing to work on that payment, by the way. And that is going to go to RTM Kayaker. And then I think this one just for. I think it makes sense. Started at 20, and then let me find some of the crowns, and then the AD. The AD. Oh, that's a nice look for it as well. AD 20-08, I think was the correct request, right? No, 0903, and then 59 00601, and then Zack Attack. Gonna snag that one. This one here. All right. Well, okay. This one is a really, really nice coin. One of the nicest that I've never actually sold this type. I've sold a lot of Antonio Veneros. Dollar start, and I think it could go crazy. Tiny little wave in the planchette, but the detail is immaculate. These are Jesus Christ, Italian Venetian Giovanni Soranzo Grosso coin. I think we have a lot of room from this one. And yeah, just fantastic that we were able to get them in the show today. Love this. Such good detail. And I think HTC, I don't want to overdo being like, oh, you got a bargain, but I think it's really hard to find these even in the current price range. Maybe I'm wrong. But I bought a nice collection of them, and have been super pumped to be able to run them. And so, I think I brought 2 of them today, maybe 3. HTC, $75. I think it's a good place to pick it up. I'm going to call out, this one is like wrong. It's not silver, so I corrected it here. But on the ticket, it says it's silver. This is a 1667 beautiful Belgian jeton. You have a blowing wind, like a little, I don't know, ferry or something. You have a steamboat on both of them, so it's a little less common of a ship jeton type. Yeah, JLB, I'm not surprised by you mentioning that. 110 yesterday at a show. Yeah, I think I really do an effort to give good bargains. And also, I need to, focus on having a profit on mine as well. So I'm not, well, I do give away some coins. Try not to have everything be a giveaway. Speaking of, I think so, some lower priced for those of you who are interested in Greek stuff. These are low grade. There's a little bit of bronze disease on them. They're not too bad. Low grade, but a very famous emperor, and it's got kind of a Medusa head on the one side and a great winged Liberty or winged Nike on the reverse from Pontus Amisos. So this would be about 85 to 65 BC. Pretty sweet type, I would say. And so that one is going to go to RT. Ooh, this one is actually in really nice shape. Let's just show both sides of it just to make sure. But it's going to be a, let's see, okay, does it even have maybe a little bit on the side? I'm not really seeing it here. Great Amisos, that's the S Sigma O. And let's see who gets this giveaway. It's going to be Ezekiel. Very nice win. We've got another one immediately starting here. But great little type here. That one's going to go to James. And then why don't we do, let's see, we could do maybe 2 more. Tell me, what do you guys think? What are you guys feeling? Is there anything that I could find? This one's in good shape. Does have a little bit of the bronze disease. Victoria Silver Crown. Yeah, you can see the bronze disease. What a shame, because you can see such clear detail in the Medusa head all over it. Let's see. The British Silver Crown. Tricky one on the British Silver Crown, I will say. So right now my replacement cost on these, what I can buy them in Britain for is £34. They are going to be tariffed at 10%, £34. And then I'm not even factoring shipping. So 34 becomes about 43, 48, and then shipping. So about 50. So then I try to make about $5. That's where I have to start these at $60. And that, I think, they could very likely bid up because I have nice eye appeal ones here. But that's where I have the Victoria Silver Crowns, 1892, very pretty. AD 54 0. What is AD? Oh, we got some really nice looking Sasanian drams that I'm really pumped about. And so we'll get some. Okay, what was the Maratha rupees? Let me tell you exactly what I paid for those Maratha rupees. I paid $40, so I would look to sell those for $50. Jinx Canada gonna get a nice one of these. Let's see. We could do maybe two more. Sudden death though, and then we'll do some of the Sasanian, and then we can do some Maratha rupees. These are pretty though, and I could see them certainly bidding higher. The coin that Pontius Pilate minted, I do, but I didn't bring it today. Maybe I could find. I think I have like one or two left in my inventory. Beautiful 1890 crown here. Seth in the lead. Then right here, let's see. This is going to be 4016. Everybody loves these crowns. It's been one of the most consistent sellers, I think, that I've personally had. And these are pretty examples. 1889 is a little bit earlier too, so it's like the Jubilee head that's pretty popular. And then let's try the Maratha rupees. So they're actually okay. These Maratha rupees, I thought, and I think it's just in terms of what's rare by type, if that makes sense. Let's see. Do I have? I'm trying to think. If I only have one other crown, I may just run it now, just so that people aren't like irritated because I'm not running the crown, something like that. And that is the case. This is 1897, nice later date. So, and so yeah, that's funny. A little bit clean, but the detail on it is really, really nice here. And it's got that older head, the Jubilee type. So Maratha, and then I know I'm kind of leaving somebody out to dry on the Sasanian drams, which are really pretty, the type that I got. J Mats, that's funny. Shapur, I have one Shapur type, but I still need to inventory it. It's in a collection that I just bought. Really nice. Okay, Maratha Confederacy, $50 again. I'd make about $5 there. I could see it. I could see a couple other folks jumping in. I have 5 of these total in my inventory. I think they're really pretty. So beautiful, beautiful script. I like it's almost like a little pine cone on that side. What's going on, Golden Axe Viking? 1000 with the California Golden profile picture. That's a good combo. Year 34, Shah Alam II. And then we also have, let's try the Sasanian. These are all really pretty with super nice luster. This is like modern day. It really was a wide-ranging, vast empire, but included like Persia, so Iran, no sudden death. These have Zoroastrian fire altar attendants on the back, and when we started selling these, most of them were bidding a lot higher than their start. And so the AZs, do I have it in there? I'm not sure. I feel like I sold a lot of my Indo-Scythian AZs. I do have some great Bactrian types, and he actually invaded Jerusalem and had some really successful results in that invasion process. But it was so successful, and he did so well that it hurt him because he spent basically all the treasury. And maybe we'll just do sudden death on these $50 start. I think they were frequently bidding a lot higher. Nice. You can see the face on both sides, clear fire altar, and then just even clear striations within the crowned helmet. Reigned till about 628, and then that's what Muhammad ends up, and the Islamic rulers end up taking a lot of ground after they deplete their resources. And so Captain Zeebs is going to win that. Let's get another one immediately going. This one we can bring down to 44 because I like it when there's multiple bids. Giveaways next of these coins that were found in, I bought a group of about 500 from a nice friendly dealer in Kentucky. And so giving away some of them, just beautiful, beautiful types, and not surprised to see them bidding right back up. Next up, we've got Blaney Go Fast. So that's going to be the winner there. Let's, don't have tons of these. Ooh, this one's real nice. Looks like it's been cleaned a little bit, but like then the detail on it is so clear. Really stands out. And such good striations in the beard, I think, is pretty interesting. That's not something that I can say I've seen on all of those. So that also is a difference. Eric is going to win that one. JLB coins, MOUs, what are MOUs, getting these in the future. Yeah, exactly. I bought all these from the States. So it's, definitely something to be aware of. These are nice. This one also has really good detail, and then it has this additional script at like 4 and 5 o'clock. And so then on the back, we can see clear detail in the fire attendants' faces. Blue heron, basically, it's like if there's different countries that sometimes they'll be like, oh, we don't want the, the import or export of coins. Now they're tricky because something like the Sasanian coins would cover so much different ground that it's tough for one country to say, oh, these coins are mine. So you have Afghanistan is like, well, we could have Roman imperial coins that belong to us. So it's pretty challenging to understand. It's unclear, how it all works basically. But anyways, and yeah, Germbra sounds good. I may start those at a little bit higher prices. But yeah, exactly. And so JLB, because basically some countries are like, this is, our history, but it's tricky because a lot of with coins, they would circulate way beyond their borders. So it's a little different from like, oh, this is, I don't know, the Rosetta Stone or something like that. Gabe Dust sounds good. Let me go grab that one. And then we can do a couple Byzantine types. And then let's see what else we've got. It's some nice Byzantine types. We got a couple more Boo, and then let's see. This one's really, really nice, and it also is ID'd to the specific position that they're in, which is fun. Basically, there's some upside down Sakuras. So these are really high eye appeal types. AC 37, 60, 25. I think we can do. Oh yeah, Germbra. Thanks for the reminder. Let's pull those great types. 0902, 0901. And then right here, believe that this would be 35. Yeah, I'm really seeing very little Bronze disease, if any. 33, 05, 010, or 05, 10. Let's see. Oh yeah, then we have the just such beautiful Contarini 1275. And it's great to have everybody here. These, again, Misos was... Did you see my request? I probably did not see your request. Jacopo Contarini. This one is in just such nice of shape. I want to make sure that it is... You know what? I'm going to hold this one. I want to take a close... I might grade this one, honestly. But I have a very nice... And yeah, we can do some 5 francs. Let's do this one, though, which is going to be a 1289 Gradnigo, $69 start, no sudden death. Again, somebody's paying probably, I could see folks paying a lot more for them. Very nice, a little bit of toning there. Clear Christ facing us, 1289 again to 1311. Beautiful Christ Grosso. And then, let's see. And a little surprised that didn't go. Totally fine, though. That one's a nice type. And then, let's see. What else? Back when coins had meaning. Sometimes I'd be excited to see some stuff that looks similar these days. Let's see. 01. Oh, and we get a giveaway winner. Yay. Captain Coin. We'll get another one of these going, but it's going to be a Belgian 5 franc. I'm curious what the silver value in one of these is going to be. $35. My replacement cost on that is a lot higher. Honestly, I'm not buying more of these. I'm going to start for 44, 43, because I have to pay 15% tariff on them. pretty significant. Any Irish coins? And let's see if there were any other requests here. AC Brian Har, which was yours? Oh, TCG. Let's see, 181. What is that coin? Oh, it's the Apollodotus. Okay, yeah, sure. I'd be happy to run that one. And I may also do a quick. Oh, and I feel like there was a. Here's this coin. Nice silver from ancient kind of India, Central Asia, Bactria. So you have Greek on the front, on the reverse. And actually, I'm going to go turn something off that's beeping in my house quickly. Oh, and let's get that giveaway, guys. Sorry about that. Keep me honest. Make sure that I'm running all the giveaways tonight. That one's going to go to Brian Har. This one, we've got one more of these, 230152, 1873. And so that's going to be also a $43 start. And then ancient, not any Roman. We have mostly Roman provincial. Nice condition coin there. Mostly Roman provincial. We've got some of the, okay, what was it? 6411. We have some great German Notgeld. Some great German Notgeld I'm real excited about that we can dollar start right after the break. So let me quickly turn off some beeping noise in my space. And I'm going to be right back. We're going to do some of those Notgeld quickly. And yeah, let's try the Notgeld. We'll do a dollar start because these things are super prone to bidding way high. And yeah, I mean the fun way, Rand Hall, is that I get a little more history each time I sell them because I get to buy more. And so let's do it. Beautiful gilded. This is Weimar, Germany. Fantastic style. The Jungen, so it's about the I guess engineers, pioneers from Saxony. Ship galleon horseman, very nice. Yeah, exactly. It's tricky, but I feel like the good thing is you probably get more. You get to see more coins when you're willing to let go of them. That's exactly how I think about it. So I'm a collector, but my inventory is my collection. And this is an awesome social, I guess, let's see, Deutsche Gewerkschaftsbund Volksgemeinschaft, the Christ Social Democrats German. I think this is a slightly tougher type. It's got a beehive and a bunch of bees or flies around it. Truly, and has this great gilding. Gorgeous, gorgeous type. Huge fan of it, and really looks nice. Good eye appeal. And so I think I have a couple of the white gilded medals, but not many. Maybe only one tonight. They're not easy to find. But really, really fun. Great types. What's going on, fish out of water? Yeah, the German types. And we have some other like slightly more affordable porcelain, but they are really solid. Motion mode in the lead there. Let's see, the Engineer Corps. I know we have to have some solid sudden death just from making sure we're selling more beautiful white. I think it's the only one that's white gilded. It's a rowing, so it is actually a ship. It's a ship style Notgeld, which I guess I hadn't entirely focused on. And so yeah, we got a couple of other great types. I can see this one getting a bunch at the end. For folks into some of the nautical stuff. And then we have some other like nice porcelain Notgeld with a little less on the gilding side. This is fairly large. This is going to be soccer related, I believe, like a sports type, 1922. So a little over 100 years old, right in the hyperinflationary period. And so, yeah, exactly. They're like cookies or little Reese's peanut butter cups. Gabe Daw leading on this one. That one is going to go to Gabe. Let's see other stuff that we might have. This one is German work review. Started for 224, could go higher. We'll see. Mens sana in corpore sano, large, athletic look, Spielsport. And so, yeah, fairly large size Notgeld type here. And I haven't sold this type before. We also have the next one is really nice. It's a great Phoenix design. Designs on a lot of these are pretty astounding in my opinion. Make sure to get in that giveaway if you haven't already. We have a bunch of like Pruda or similar to Pruda ancient coins. Again, this is a great Phoenix type, beautiful German bird there, 1921 Meissen type. And it's in really nice shape, which is also a big boon, I think. So we can do more German stuff. We have some great Roman coins. We have a lot, and Precision Metal is going to get that giveaway. Congratulations. These ones, why don't we dollar start? These are beautiful Saxon porcelain 2 marks. These seem a little more commercially oriented. Very, very interesting. Nice spread wings style, motion mode in the lead. And that's going to go to Kingfish 9201. Keep reminding me. We have a couple more of interesting. Oh, this one's a castle type, and we'll just start them, and then we can go. Make sure that they're moving along quickly. This is going to be Freiburger Munze, 1921 with a great castle. Let's see, Saxon. I mean, man, these I can't get enough selling some great coins like this. And CK, we will definitely get to. And slabs sounds good, Ryan. I think we might do maybe a few more of these beautiful porcelain Notgeld. It says that's your first purchase. So welcome to Treasure Town. Maybe welcome to world coin collecting. You never know. So we can even go down in 15 seconds. This one is the great and really, really nice condition. Winged type. And I'm trying to get a bunch of different examples here. But then, yeah, we do have to take a knock at some of the slabs. They're really great. Syamar can win that. We also have some great paper Notgeld that I'd be excited to try. So I don't want to ignore those. This one's a nice 50 Pfennig with the castle from Freiburg. And then let's see if there's any that remain. There's a couple of the eagles are always super popular. So we do have a couple of the eagles left. That one's going to go to Gabe. Let's try this eagle here. And again, we're trying to go fast, make sure that we can cover because we have a ton of other great world history to hit tonight. So there's another eagle type. Gabe Daw going to jump out. And education are all my shows like this. They try to make them like this. I would say it kind of depends who's running it, and these are going to be made out of porcelain. This is hyperinflationary period, so right after World War I, there's runaway inflation in Germany, super destabilized economy, and so they have, Saxon is going to be producing these. Meissen is this, and it kind of takes the German pride in their porcelain, which is really beautiful. I mean, I'm German. We have porcelain, like, West German porcelain manufacturing was a big thing back then, and so what they realized they would use these, and we also have some interesting. Okay, now I'm getting ahead of myself, but we have some great Notgeld of paper and more practical. So they had denominations. This is a 50 Pfennig coin. This one would have been in Bad Weichsdorf, Lausa, 50 Pfennig, and it's got an acorn, which I think is super cool. I've not seen that type before, and don't have more of them. And watch me pull another one, but I really don't think I have more of them. Not of that type. We'll do one more, and then we'll do some of like the really practical ones. So these are 1921. These would be like medium practical. The composition, is going to be Saxon brown, and they choose different, and there's a white porcelain Meissen. So I feel like that's different enough. Gabe Daw is gonna snag this one. Pelican coin. Yeah, I don't think we have pelicans on ours, but so I can't quite serve your profile. This is really beautiful. This is a Meissen white porcelain with grapes, and it's dated to 1921. So there's a couple different designs. I have another one with some grapes, and then we have to do some of the prior in World War I. During the time, called 1916 to 1918, they were actually frequently using coins that were more of like zinc. So these are not the most practical composition for like circulating all the time. So all they could have been, it was uncommon that these would have actually been used and like in the traditional currency sense. But we have some of the ones that really were used commercially, and they weren't striking them for any other reason. And so those are going to be Du bist Deutsch auch? Sehr gut. This is going to be a Prussian province of Brandenburg. We can dollar start them, but they're often pretty popular. This is a nice shape. Kleingeldersatzmark, 50 Pfennig, and then you can see here Strasbourg is going to be the issuing entity on this nice little Notgeld. And so T Money Millionaire RT. I think that these they weren't commercially used, so I think that they were literally they were beautiful, and so they would sell some to collectors, is what I've heard. And then they could have been used commercially, but there was a whole idea of like, okay, we're realizing that there's collectors that would actually pay for these. So similar to how like the mint might put out something these days, if that makes sense. Any anonymous false? Whoa, we got one for $1, Brandy. Nice cash. We paid for a nice collection, several bucks. Doesn't start to about break even till around, well, if you include labor, about $6 or $7, if not around 5. But sometimes it's also good to give people some exciting deals, a little octagonal. And that one looks like it's going to posthumous. We got a giveaway winner, which is great. And we've got some anonymous Follis. Let me see here. Let me see how we want to do this, because let's run some slabs. People had asked about slabs. This one is going to be modern day Turkey, but ancient Syria, a beautiful Elagabalus bronze, no sudden death. And we have some other, let's see. And this is a really nice shape. Oso leading a reclining Tyche there. Brian Har. And we have some great Byzantine style coins as well. Yeah, I'll be sending it to you. I'll be shipping it to you and everything. So congratulations on a nice givey win. And that's a good reminder. We got to make sure that we start another one. So they're basically, I'm sending a bunch to grading. These were some of the lower grade in the batch, which all were very uniform. But those are going to be some of the Pruda that we are sending out. Let me see if I can pull one quickly. Little like, and you can see some of the, some of a little bit of the detail, but it's just not quite as much as I'd be super confident on saying the grading. We get some great little Pruda or super similar types. Let's do 36. I think all these are nice enough where I'm pretty confident in that start price. And sudden death, this is great. You can see the eyes in Justinian the Great. He was super powerful. This, I think, is XXX, so the 30th regnal year. Anno is the year, so 30th year. Khan is Constantinople, modern day Istanbul. And then on the reverse, his eyes are staring up right at us. I could see a big kind of, okay, maybe I should leave the bids on, which is okay. Then these Thessalian, we had a couple that actually have some subgrades. These are beautiful, like Greek coins, 2nd to 1st century BC. Man, is nice. I'll do a dollar start, and then I'll probably get upset, and then I'll have to do the other ones much higher. But this is a beautiful Athena holding a spear with a shield in front of her. AON, A omega N, and then on the right, or I think it's Athena facing right. We're still back in my cost by a good bit here, and that's funny. Anywhere that Jesus Christ is King. Let's see. We've got Jesus Christ is King. Let me see if I know I have one, but I kind of want to save it. But I can go ahead and run it. Just don't have tons of people leave. I like this because you can see the detail in the spear and in the head so nicely. Beautiful type. Thessalian League. Yeah, it's a really pretty type. And I'm a big fan of it. Brian Har, Tiffany, going back and forth. Yeah, and we do have a bunch of Byzantine, behind us, and then we have one Christ Falls, which we could run. But I kind of want to run a couple. I want to say 5 of these really nice. That one's gonna go to Brian. I think on these, I don't want to gorge. I do want to make sure though that I'm, not getting crushed. We'll start at, I think 59 is a place where I want to sell it for a bit more than that. But I feel, in the downside, make my, whatever, $5. Here we have a beautiful winged, I think it looks like the Amisos type, but it's such clear lettering and detail on the back, and then a nice Phrygian, it looks like a cap, nice right-facing planchet. Any of the owl coins, I'm getting some in hopefully soon. Those are pricey, but they're really exciting, and I'll be keeping everybody updated. You'll know when the owls hit. Right here we have a nice. This is Kingdom of Macedon. This was struck at Pella. Macedon is Alexander the Great's kingdom, and it has a beautiful horse on the reverse. So you can see there's the hindquarters, then there's the head. It's or maybe it's a bull. In either case, though, and you can see the PE and then the lambda. So that's Pella, pretty clear. But again, ancient Macedonian kingdom after Alexander the Great dies, and it's in, about a decade or so later. It's a really, really nice type. And again, focused on good eye appeal today. That was shekels. I don't have any on me right now. This one is not choice VF. I just want to call that out. It's choice fine. So I'm just going to edit that from the listing. But this one is this is Thessalonica. So that's an area in Greece. Beautiful bull on the reverse, NIK HS. Very, very nice. 50 Kopecks. Do I have any 50 Kopecks? I'm not sure what I say. And then we have an earlier Thessalian league from Prerna. That'll be great. So we've got that one. And then this one, I think it's like this crazy, Larissa, beautiful, beautiful obverse. Such good detail. And then a reverse that's a little more worn. The reverse match the obverse. This thing would be, a couple increments higher. None of the mills. No, I don't have those. But we do have a Christ Follis. And we also have a giveaway that's about to happen. Tiffany Inch is going to jump in there. We've got a great giveaway. 50 Kopecks. Do we have 50 Kopecks? I don't think we've got the 50 Kopecks, unfortunately. Let's make sure, though, and Tiffany currently in the lead. That's going to go to Tiffany. We've got our Christ Follis. Let's start it for $49 and just kind of let it ride. Let's see. Beautiful. Jesus Christ, King of Kings, with a very clear Bible. It's very, very nice looking. Republic. I don't have tons of Republican denarii. I'd love to get some more. Of course, yeah. No, they're worn, but their widow's mites are very similar, and we'll make sure that we have those available. That one's going to go to Bobby. Congrats. And then we have a couple of like beautiful Byzantine, which it had been a while since I had these available. But this is going to be a Maurice Tiberius Follis minted in, I believe, Antioch. Start for $39. We'll just let it ride because, again, you can see his eyes so clearly. It's really next level. And then the Follis M standing for 40 Numi. This is going to be the 14th regnal year. Great shape type. Awesome. Yeah, no, Blaney, they're really fun. And I know you didn't get that one, but they're really fun types. And so again, tried to really bring it with great Byzantine coins today. And this is my last stock of the large quantities of call it Byzantine like Follis, like this mid era. Like, man, this is so nice. I'm gonna be super. I'll admit this is a higher starting price of 55, but I think when people see it, I mean, take a look at how clearly you can see Maurice Tiberius staring at us in such good detail in his clothes. Then a great reverse to match it with a really interesting stylistic, great style in the M. Antioch Mint, 6th regnal year. Beautiful, beautiful coin. That's going to be for Tiffany Ancients as well. And then here we've got 167. We've got another, but like this one, I think we have to stay reasonable. $39, sudden death, Maurice Tiberius. And it's a different Maurice style. So that one's mint in Constantinople. You can really draw out the difference. And this is still a great coin. 2nd regnal year. Good level of detail and everything. I just find that interesting. And then the next one is yet another mint. It's going to be Nicomedia on that one. And so let's see. We've got, this one is a nice Justin and Sophia that we don't want to do sudden death on again. These are high quality, good looking coins. Upside down here, but basically Justin II goes mad. Sophia has to sub in. This is going to be their 10th regnal year, so about 575 AD. So what is that? 1450 years ago, basically to the year. And I would not be surprised to see some competition jump in on this one. We've got two more in the Byzantine kick and a limited number of other types that are in the holders. We also have some Jesus's lifetime. Talk about interesting coins. We have Jesus's lifetime, ancient Syria, modern day Turkey, Antiochian coins with a leaping ram. I feel like there's like Bethlehem references. I don't want to mess it up and mislead anybody there. But that's also something that I should call out. Tiffany Ancients going to win that auction. And then let's see, 326. This is a half Follis. So I've been able to sell a lot of the Follises today. This one's really beautiful. TES Thessalonica mint. Half Follis of Justin II and Sophia. Tiffany Ancients has great, also great stock on eBay. I sell some stuff on eBay. Tiffany sells great stuff on eBay. So got to look out there. And then our last Byzantine is going to be nice. And then we have, again, some Jesus's lifetime ancients, and then a couple of Judean coins. Wrapping up, that one's going to go to Tiffany. We've got not too much time left on the giveaway. Make sure that you're joining it and entering. This one is going to be Anastasius Decorus, just beautiful shape, huge Byzantine Follis, Constantinople mint, and you can see the Anastasius PP Pater Patriae Augustus, Father of the Country, and Augustus. That's awesome. Johnny is going to be the first bidder. Doubt Johnny will be the last bidder. This is the last of these Byzantine types. We've got a couple Judean, again, a couple different ancient world ones. Definitely hit up Tiffany Ancients. And yeah, we got a lot of great types left. We have a bunch of the Boo. We have some nice French, I know the whole WX92. We're going to get there. I'm feeling like moving forward on some of these. And here's an ancient Judean Pruda, very clear grain ears over here. We've got, let's see, two. I think we'll finish up. We'll do a grand finale. Is going to be the two Augustus coins struck in 13 to 14 AD while Jesus was around, and they're not in super great shape. And maybe we'll start them for real cheap. This one is going to be a Procurator's, basically. This is under Nero, who's a big persecutor of Christians in the ancient Judean provinces. And we've got a giveaway happening, and we'll be firing up. Easy gets a lower grade Pruda, so we'll do another one, a Widow's Mite. Nice shape, though, on this Nero type. And then we have a Pontus under the legendary Mithridates the Sixth. Collecting Fever, nice one on that one. Let's do $39 and no sudden death. This one is a sheath sword type Pontus Amisos. I think it's an Ares, like God of War. So always a lot of interesting symbolism on these ones. Tiffany is going to jump at 41, and I think it's probably trending higher, but I can never, I try to put stuff low where Stella's room. We have one from Comagene coming up. A lot of great types, though. Again, makes me pumped up to be here and be able to offer what I think are some great items. So Tiffany, currently 51 is going to be the price for that one. This one is a Comagene Samosata mint. Hadrian is famous for Hadrian's Wall. A little less, and it's interesting. It's got a wide inscription on that reverse. And I know also for people just joining, we have a lot of world stock, but we've been doing a couple ancients here. Hadrian's Wall, he consolidated a lot of the very large empire that his prior ruler Trajan had built up. And so that's going to go to Tiffany. Then we have a nice Syro-Phoenician tetradrachm, really nice looking coin. I mean, if this was not, I would start this for 79 if it was raw. So we'll do no premium for but a beautiful eagle on the reverse, and a clear right-facing portrait of Elagabalus on the front. Um, Fantastic type. At Blaney Go Fast jumping in as well. Just really, really pretty type. And I'm a big fan of these Syrophoenician Tets. That's going to go to Blaney. We'll go this one again, very historic type. This is a Marcus Aurelius Cyrus coin with a reclining emperor that reminds me. Well, anyways, it reminds me of the Zeus. It might be a Zeus outstretched. I'm not exactly sure who it is, but again, Marcus Aurelius, super famous ruler, very well known for his Stoicism, meditations, those writings. And so we got a nice, laurel crown Aurelius view on the front, and then a seated look on the reverse. Tiffany is going to be bidding, and I'm curious to see how high this one goes. And then we've got the two Jesus lifetime ones. So I think that's a good scoop at 49. Nice win. I think there'll be, some good room there. Let's see. Let's run this one. 39 bucks. This is 13 to 14 AD. Under the ruler Augustus, who really made the Roman Empire after consolidating power, beating Octavian, Mark Antony. Octavian becomes Augustus, and so again, Jesus' lifetime, he would have been what? I think he was technically like born 4 BC, so he's like a teenager at that point. It's Zeus. Yeah, this is going to be Zeus on the front. And Germbrook, keep reminding me, we'll run it soon. This one, real nice looking as well. This will be our last. Actually, we have a couple of other graded coins that are just stored somewhere else. Do we have graded ancients? It looks like not many of them, but a couple of them. And so I'd be open to running some. And Germbro, let me pull that coin so that when we run them, I'll see it right in front of me, and I'll remember to run it. That one's going to go to any Mexican. We have tons of great, like really fantastic Mexican types. We sold one of these earlier, these Apollodotus. This one's real clear shape. You can see Apollodotus facing right. You can see the clear Greek lettering and the Indian influence Karshoti on the reverse. Budget-minded raw. We have some of that. These are exactly authentication slabs and identification. No grade cost me less, and it's gonna it cost me a lot less. And the turnaround times, like I sent some in, it's been 14 months. They're still there. No word. So the no grade will take a lot sooner, and I think that some collectors really like them in the NGC. Any German Reichs, we got a lot of German Reich stuff, and so exactly right, Jinx. Silver Dram from Illyria. And so I think that's, some good mix. We'll see what else pops up. Oh, and people are talking about Mexico. I guess I have this coin. People are asking. This is Bolivian, technically. Well, first let's run these. And we have a giveaway winner that's going to go to Collect 4. Nice win. Let's do a Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth Solidus. We'll fire up another very worn Widow's Mite. And make sure that we have some giveaways coming. I very rarely get this type in 1613. It's a nice Solidus. Ooh, and a really nice. Okay, this is a lot better coin than I thought. A little bit of a wavy flan, but I think it has a lot of charm, and it's a smaller denomination, which is, there's a lot of the 3 polker running around, really popular. Maybe I can go find some of those. I know there were some requests for the German stuff too, but this is like the 3 polker complement is like a Solidus coin. This one has a hole in it, but you can see a charging horseman on the one side, and then the 1623 fairly prominent in the left, kind of at like 9 to 10 o'clock. Very, very nice. And let's see. We can do the big 8 reals, but there's also, let's see, do I have any of the 3 polker? I think I have a limited number. So probably, yeah, why not? These are silver coins from 1620, so over. Oh, and these are in really good shape. I may just dollar start them for fun, but very, very reflective. I didn't realize maybe that's a cross up top, but this is a very, very nice shape example. And you can see the 3 denominations super clearly as well. I think we have some room to run with these looking as nice as they do. So that one's going to go to Jinx Canada. Congrats. And we can do, I guess, the other two that I brought. And then, yeah, no, I think these are really solid. The dates here, by the way, are 2/4. It's like a 1/24 style, but yeah, we got beautiful, very reflective surfaces. And I think we have this and maybe one other, and then that's it for the three poker in this evening's offering. So let's see. Yeah, very, very nice style. Do we have, what are some of the other clear ones that we have to run? Oh no, focus, focus. This is a really sharp, oh, this is 1626, which is a slightly rarer to find type as well. And Army Stud, nice wins. Crusader, do I have so much of? I don't think I've got as much on the Crusader front. This we have a copper double tournois. What did I pay for this one is a good question. Paid $21.54. So I would like to get $25, make $2 on it at the minimum. I think it could bid up because these are nicer shaped coins. So good eye appeal, and they often come really worn, so it's nice that we have the detail, a little bit of wave in the plancha again, but Louis the 13th, charming type. Big fan of that. We also have some nice jetons that we could try to run. That one will go to any nicer detail slab widows mites. We're all out of them, but we have some at grading that we're hoping to have come back soon, and so keep updated, I guess, is what I should say there. This one will start for 29. This one's even a little bit clearer. 1614. Man, that's a nice looking double tournois. Great type. And we'll just leave it. 1790s, we've got plenty. Somehow, Blaney, that's getting, I don't think any of the words themselves, maybe they got to be putting AI and looking at messages or something like that. And so I can't quite understand what you were saying. Viking coins, we have Jason Sampson. I don't quite understand. Let's see, 1109. Okay, this is a nice looking jeton. Why don't we just dollar start it? I think it could bid way high. It's got a bunch of pretty, really nice surfaces. And people were saying they want more on the bronze jeton side. It's got two kind of birds on either end. 1749, really, not too prominent. Just love the appearance, so reflective. Saxon, I need to get more of those. I don't think I have any, but I was just listening to a podcast before this on some of the Crusader times. So actually, I do have some Crusader stuff. They're French deniers. I think we've got room to run here with some great, beautiful, beautiful jetons. 1749, $30. I think that's a nice. That's not crazy high. And for that one, we'll do this is the only one of these. These are a Abbey of Saint Martin de Tours, Crusader French era, Bill and Denier. I have a couple of different ones, which is going to be the Folk, which was also involved in a lot of the Crusader battles, and just a lot of like the constant fighting. Basically, it's sort of insane. Bardigan going to win a nice, a little bit worn, but really nice Pruda. Actually quite worn, but it's awesome to get Pruda, is kind of what I'm saying. Here we've got a great folk type. We'll do another giveaway. Really hammering the giveaways this evening, but I thought that would be fun. Here you can see the specific monogram. So this one is more of like almost an E or like an anchor. And then you have a clear cross. The French Christians were very upfront about that. Gallienus sounds good. We probably want to make sure we're doing a little stronger. It doesn't have to be so much better, but a little bit better than the $30, just when I think about how I bought them. So we can try this 1763. There's also a lot of more great Russian types that are, I think, often interesting. We'll try it for $35. Beautiful copper, and this one has a very interesting reclining, almost looks like Napoleon, or not Napoleon. What's his name? Neptune. Yeah, of course, Bardigang. Yeah, the Russian 5 Kopecks. Sure, let's pull the 5 Kopecks and get going with those. They're really nice looking. Um, Beautiful jeton here. Anything medieval? We just ran some medieval stuff and it's sold. I can find a little bit more of it, like $27 Crusader French era type stuff. Here's $35 start. Nice looking coin, 1749. And then we are going to do some 5 Kopecks, which are always pretty awesome if you ask me. We'll probably sudden death those ones. Um, so, oh, that's your holy grail. Okay. The ones that I have are folk. Uh, so I got a small group of folk deniers. So that's what I've been running through. We sold a Saint Tour, who I think Tour was like a 4th century, maybe monk or something that's really popular. I forget exactly the details. $30 sudden death, but we can come back to those, and you feel free to check everything that we're selling. Has already been uploaded. These are nicer, and this is nice because it's fairly worn, but it's 1764 is the first year of Catherine the Great's rule. So the fact that this is in this good of shape, it's a little more common to see those on some of like the 1790s. Those later dates. That's one's going to go to Syomar, and so this one's 1776. Often we'll see a big pop because people want the Revolution. 1776 as a big date. I want to. You can. I can't tell if there's a little bit of die clash going on. I don't think too much. And then you hear this has been a detail. I've sold so many of these. I've only recently picked up on Russian wire money. You'll see like charging horsemen, and so you can see that really nicely. Not all of them have it that well struck up. Mint matters, good win there. But on these examples, pretty clear. I'd paid a bit more from the guy I buy my 5 Kopecks from, or the few guys I buy them from, um, to get, yeah, just better shaped types. So it's fun. And so let's see. Beautiful shape. And it looks like we got 20 eBay sales this weekend, which is awesome. I was just looking on eBay briefly to see what sold, if I could point anybody to anything there. Treasure underscore town underscore coins. 1780 is going to be there. And man, we sold a bunch of cool stuff this this weekend. Oh man, these are real nice. And so I think we only have, let's see, for today, 2 more of these 5 Kopecks. So going fast here. Then we do have some other types, and what's the Alexander? Tell me where the Alexander is. This is also interesting because there's a lamination error on this one. So it's a little more worn on this side, but there were some defects in the planchet, and so it looks like some of that peeled away, which is pretty interesting. I like Alexander a lot too. We got to figure out where the Alexander stuff is though. Then we can go find it and get it ready to offer. Mint Matters is going to scoop that one right to min bid. Let's see, and then let me just gotta find. We also have some great Notgeld that could be quite interesting to run. But yeah, last one, guys, 1765. $30 start, Macedonia. Yeah, but I'm trying to. Oh, the Alexander's right in front of us. Let's check it out for sure. That's so funny. I just had. It's literally sitting there, and I'm forgetting about it. So that's totally on me. Tony 22 is getting a well-loved, solidly circulated, but still very fun Pruda. So we're excited about that. Congratulations. And this one, I think I would look for like 169, which I don't think is too high of a price. Beautiful tetradrachm of Alexander the Great, in all of his tough glory, a portrait of Hercules on the front of it, and then a nice seated Zeus, bird in hand. 150 Blaney. Then on this one, I do want to make $20. So I could do 168. Can't come down from there, and that's okay if we're still part on it, but I'm pumped that I was able to run it. Let's see. We could do some Bulgarian, the Crusaders. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Here's an example, because the thing is, I don't have good, can't get tons more of those Alexander the Great ones. So, when they pop up and when I find them, and here's, really nice folk, and you can even see some of the detail inside of the cross there. Beautiful monogram on a folk denier. 17 grams, 27 millimeters. I don't think I have the measurements on it. Beautiful Crusader Billen type. And so I wish I had the other one available as well. These are always exciting. And so, the Kopecks, I'm always pumped when I can find them. And so it was great to get those as well. Here, this one is going to be, I guess, Fulco Comes is the type here, and I know there's a lot of interest, so I want to run the ones that we have. They're very popular. So we also have some cool like Chinese types. There's a bunch that we have, honestly, which is awesome. And so that makes me excited to offer. Hey, you guys prospecting. Now, what have been some of the prospecting finds that you guys have made? I'd be curious. Nice win there. And how did you get into prospecting? Brianna Lee, let's check it out. 2704, 59, 2704. Let me go. Oh, is that the big French one? That's really cool. I think it is. That'll be a popular coin. Bismorgan. And that was one that I inventoried right before the show as well. Let's do some sudden death on the last two. And Spain. Yeah, we got some great Spain. 2 to 3. Oh my goodness. That's actually a ton. And gold is expensive right now. This one's a real nice, good looking example. Great detail in the lettering around it. Should bid up. What's a gram of gold going for these days with how expensive gold prices are? Like $100+. I mean, that's, and you really feel like you're like literally, doing the gold rush, I would imagine. How long would it take to get that? So yeah, $300 every Sunday, man. Wow, and this is nice. This is the last one that we brought today, and then we can warm up with some good French stuff. Oh well, we asked for Spain. Oh, some Notgeld note lots. Yes, we can do that. Des Jeremiah leading about 2 to 5 hours. Man, if I was you, I may be going for 10 hours, and get a good. I don't know. It's got to be probably something better than a podcast to go for that long. But why don't we'll do some Notgeld lots after a little bit here. I do want to get into some of the great French types here just while people are asking for them. And then the Notgeld will be very fun. This is 1844 dated. I'm not sure exactly when it was struck. Dollar start 1844 Swiss Basel metal. And I forget the tricky thing about these things. I just bought a bunch of Swiss metals. 39% tariff. Terrible. So that was kind of a bummer when I realized what I'd done to myself. And currently back at cost. Green Table scooping some great coins, about 50% of where I got them. Let's see what else we could run here quickly. We've got this one is going to be a Lille Mint Copper 5 centimes. Oh, and we forgot about a giveaway. That's totally my bad. Let's get more giveaways going. That's important to me. So remind me if I'm ever not running Pruda. Everybody here hopefully is heading home with a Pruda. Chinese ant nose. Yeah, we've got the spades. We've got the spades mint matters. I paid $105 for them, and I feel like maybe I overpaid a little bit. Maybe I didn't. Mint matters. Nice one at $5. Maybe I'm not pricing these ones right. Let's see. ND. But these are going to be French Revolution era. 59026, and then we're about to get into some of the Notgeld lots, which will be really fun, which will be great. So Saxon or Norse I don't have, unfortunately. Very, very elegant 1790s 5 centimes here. And then we have the last but not least this 5 Sol type, which we're going to dollar start as a risky play. And then This one I think has some room, but maybe it doesn't. You never know. Mint matters. Nice win. And then let's try 1792. 5 souls emergency merchant token. Then we can try some of the ant nose money would be, or not the ant nose money. I have a guy who has some ant nose money, so maybe that would be fun to run. But where I'm now looking for them, we have some great spades. The spades that we have are really pretty. And this says Medal of Confidence, and I think Confidence 5 souls. It's reimbursable at the 50th. Okay, now I'm being bad at the 4th year of Liberty. Rerun the Alexander, sure, I would be happy to. Such a beautiful coin, and then yeah, the Alexander. We'll run it once more. Nice win for Paperboy. This one is going to be, 169 is where we ran this. Maybe we can, for fun. I don't want it to be a habit. I'll take off a buck. It may go higher. This is the only one that I brought today. I don't have very many of them at all. And so you can see Zeus hand outstretched, and then a great Macedonian look on this side. And then I'm excited about the fantastic ancient Chinese types that we have ready. And so Des Jeremiah, yeah, this one's, it's going. Once it's sold, it is gone. So tough to find these. And this is a pretty nice looking example. Very, very nice. You can see the remnants of the Alexandroi on the side. Congrats to Bis Morgan. This one is going to be a spade money in great shape. We'll run it. I would lose $15 straight up. At this level, I might have paid a little too much. I was so excited though. Beautiful Chinese characters, and they're in really good shape. I've sold a good amount of them. I think I have about 5 left in my inventory. Beautiful 5th to 3rd century BC Chinese spades with great characters on these ones. Don't have the pieces of 8. Don't have the pieces of 8, but we do have just straight up a saltwater damage, so shipwreck. I guess it's not clear which one it is, but a Bolivian type. I think it's 299 is the number for this, but let me just confirm. Yeah, 289 is the number for this. Fantastic 1600s saltwater damage shipwreck Bolivian 8. So we don't need a piece of 8. We get the full thing clear. Cross on the reverse. VR is the assayer, and you can see the clear crest. Love the cob. Yeah, this is silver, 100%. Here's a specific. This is a 19.78 gram coin. Big fan of it, and not something that I get to offer all the time. So always pumped when it pops up, and we get some great types like that for you all. The other PCGS one that I have, and congrats there. The other PCGS one that I have is a West Friesland golden coin. This one is from 1793. Beautiful type. It's a full golden. You see the left facing lion, similar to that Hollandia 2 stivers, but this is the full thing. Really nice. Also silver. Cleaned golden coin. Tiffany Ancients is going to be the first bidder. Can I show the other spades? Sure, I'd be happy to. One of them has a leg that's broken, but let me show the other spades. And all of them would be at that $99 start, not the broken one. But there's a broken one here. That's also super clear. I guess a lot of these are real clear. So if you would like any one of them, and Snorlax, great Pokemon, is going to win that giveaway. We're going to follow it up immediately. Why don't I try this one? Beautiful. Picture of it. Maybe I can tell you about it. Yeah, I can do my best. Very, very nice type here. A little bit of incrustation on the back of it, but beautiful, beautiful type. And yeah, we'll do our best. I bet you could email treasure@treasuretown.com. You think it's better than TV? That's my goal. I try to be entertaining, know some of the history, that kind of thing. And so that means a lot to me. Thank you. We also have Laotian lats. That could be fun to offer. Why don't we do this metal, which is an Argentinian type that I paid some low teens amount of dollars for, and we'll dollar start it. It's a 100-year-old, or it's dated to 1925 South American metal. Um, Pretty interesting type. President of the nation, Marcelo de Alvear, Intendente Municipal, Carlos Noel, talking about all of the bright people opening this beautiful hotel down in Buenos Aires, or not hotel. Yeah, is it a hotel? No, hospital. I'm a little bit tired. And then this one is a huge medal from 1930. I paid $29 for it. I don't want it to get crushed, but I've been having it in my box. I think $19. Likely somebody would take it. Huge, and it's great. It's like Beaux-Arts French style with this serpent, and again Beaux-Arts engraving. Professor of, I think it's same for Cuba. What's the Cuba? Easy 911. What's 100 that you're referencing there? The email. Okay, I'm not quite understanding, Blaney, and I feel bad because I'm trying to understand, but I don't quite get it. Let's try. Oh, and there's a couple apparently Soviet types. 63. This is be like a $7 start and see where it ends up. Sharp 15 Kopecks, but a later date, and you can see really clearly the hammer and sickle design, which is pretty interesting. And so, yeah, I mean, always neat when we get these interesting. Jinx Canada, go for it. If I don't want to answer, I may not, but feel free to ask away. And let's see, 15 seconds. This one's going to be 1930. Again, strong hammer and sickle type with the grain ears and everything. And then we have AD 2011. Oh, Cuba. We don't have tons of Cuba, but feel free, send an email. I think we sold some on maybe our web store. These are nice. This is a dolphin, Giovanni Dolphin, a Doge medieval Italy. Sold one for $49 in the last show. This one also has the little lion holding a flag, and then a nice portrait of the Doge looking left. Oh wow, from an 1888-year-old guy. That's awesome when you can get your hands on a good collection, and get the guy paid well, and get him some good stuff, and then obviously you have to make a profit. That says your first purchase, Des. Nice win. We have a couple more. Oh, and then people had asked about you think it's worth 20 times what you paid? I wish I could find those ones. Uh, when I buy from the public, though, it's tough to, I don't know. You know, that's pretty insane. What are some of the highlights of it? $10. I think this one will go higher though. We got some great Tenpo Tsuho. Yeah, exactly. The way I look at it, I would pay a lot more than 5% of the value. But yeah, you can send them. You can send them to Treasure Town, or treasure@treasuretown.com is my public facing email. And let's do maybe $12. Start 15 seconds. Speed things up a little bit here. But we got some great looking Tenpo Tsuho types. I always try to be careful, just because some people will get upset if it's. But it depends, like what the value is. Like if you get lucky grading something, maybe it's okay. If you're not paying the full thing, I remember I did it, and I made some pretty popular video series out of it. Old woman who I knew, her grandson had 3 boxes of coins. Sold the first to a local person for $800. I get the second one, sell it on their behalf. I take 10%. Sold it for about $110,000. So you got to be a little bit careful with, in that case they paid 1% of the value, and so you got to be a little bit careful. Not that it's I'm not saying that you did that, but it can, you know what I mean. But it's yeah. What were some of the key coins that you think were I guess, stand out or that kind of thing, because that can make a big difference, and it's okay. Yeah. And I'm not saying that you did a bad thing, but just as a general guideline. Oh, 60 silver Roman denarii. Those are, you know, I feel like the Roman denarii are valuable. I mean, basically, if it's authentic, I'd immediately pay about $32 for it, um, and probably a little bit more than that. Um, uh, oh wow, that's insane, Jinx. That sounds like a really interesting story. Mm, but yeah, we got these some great 100 mon, again, nice Japanese types. And what's your favorite coin though in the group? This is the last of these that I have, I think. Why don't we do $10? We also have some of the Boo, and these are cool because they caused major hyperinflation in Japan when they were made. A lot of people don't realize that. What had happened was they had these cash coins that were about 1/6 or 1/7 of the weight, and so when they introduced them, it immediately blew up their whole monetary system because they were only like 6 times heavier. So isn't that kind of insane? All of a sudden, everything gets way inflated because they actually care about the weight of what's in their stuff. Um, Sasanian, yeah, we got some great Sasanian types. We have some really nice Boo as well. Only good-looking Boo today. But we have some Sasanian. I sold like 4 or 5 of them. Nice condition coins. I paid high 30s for them. I'm starting them at $44, but some bid into the 60s. Others stay around $44. Oh yeah, the Spain. That's my bad. Because I kind of want to sell some of the what's it called? I kind of want to go ahead and sell some of the Sasanian because they're right in front of me. But then we'll get, and the mites, I've been giving a bunch away. Um, and I sold a bunch of Pruda. The mites are at real low grade though. We're hoping to get a bunch back from NGC soon. So definitely bookmark. I would, if you haven't done it already, um, go and bookmark all of our future shows so they can pop up. You can always ask. Probably will be about a month though. NGC, wonderful company, but do they go slow? They go very slow. So we're still waiting on getting those Pruda back from NGC. Nice Boo here. This one has a nice little chop mark on it. 5 pesetas, I don't think I have. Let's run a couple of the beautiful Sasanian coins that, again, I paid high 30s for. I start them at 44, make a couple of bucks if they go there, but really the win is when, and it's quite frequent. Last time we sold them, all of them except for one bid up. And so if I get my money back in a dollar or two, it's good. But the win comes from if they bid a lot higher. Here's where the mint is going to be. You have the Zoroastrian fire altar attendants, and on those you can see both eyes in both attendants, which is really nice. Not something you get to do all the time. This is a 1400-year-old silver coin from Central Asia, Persia area. Really, really cool. And that one will go to Blaney. We can see, let's see, there might be, I think I have 2 others of these available today. This one's cool because it has the script down in the bottom. So that's actually something to call out. Really clear detail in the beard. Great detail up there. But you have that script in the bottom. So it's a slightly different type. I forget exactly what it's citing. And it's going to be definitely a different mint from the prior. So that's pretty sweet. And clear fire altar attendance on the back. Very nice. Billy, 1776. Hog Hunter, we sold like all my Byzantine graded stuff that I brought today. Oh, this one's also really nice. I'm tempted. We'll just go at 44. I'm curious if this one, what people will think of it, because it's got a great lustrous profile. And you have the inscription on the side. Great detail all throughout. This is going to be Khusro the Second. Crusader States, I just sold a ton of Crusader stuff. It's funny. It's a good list of everything that I sold just before. They were nice, like French Crusader types. We had 2 more of the Boo, and then it really is time for some Spanish stuff, and we're going to immediately get another giveaway right behind it. Let's go. Let's go find the giveaway, get the giveaway going. We'll start it, and then here, auction. Beautiful shape. I do want to call this one out. super lustrous. Take a look at how nice the side of that boo is. Beautiful. That'll go to JLB. And then last but not least is this one. Do we have other boo? I'm not sure exactly. How often do I have Crusader States? Not that often. I feel like they're kind of hard to find, honestly. I haven't had for a long time the Bohemond Crusader deniers. This one actually has some like nice luster in the sides too. That's the last of these boo in a row here, and then we do have a couple of the bean money, which frequently bid up well. Anything in stock I see appreciating notably in the recent years. It's been awesome because I obviously sell things, or probably on 90% of stuff, I'll end up selling it for break even or higher. But like the values on things have gone up a ton in the time I've been selling them. I'd feel really bad if it went the other way. But most of the stuff has been appreciating nicely. But it really is no indicator of future results. Okay, these are cool. These are even earlier. These are like bean money coins. So very popular. You have like Japanese characters stamped into them. 32 bucks. In the past, they've always bid up from there, but they're like literal like bean shaped monies from early Japan. A lot less prevalent and much tougher to get than the what's it called? Than the boo or the shoe. This one has really good detail. We're not going to change the start price on it. I'm going to guess it bids up, but who knows? Oh, Mame, I didn't realize that. Woohoo TCD is a celebrity. He is the creator of the Coin Dictionary, my co-creator, but he really mans the entire show these days. Go check it out on YouTube, Coin Dictionary. Lots of good informative videos on all these. Many of these great types. We'll do one more of these. This one's in really nice shape, but the character is a little more off the bean, and we've got a couple more of them. And then, time for Spain. We got to run some Spanish types. Spain pesetas. I brought a bunch of cool ones, and so that's funny. Woohoo. Also, let's flatter more. Multi-game show and successful Adam too, game show contestant. Tell us again what the different game shows that you've been on, and I actually wouldn't be able to tell somebody off the top of my head. What's the most successful performance that you had on one of the game shows? Because we've got some great Spanish types here. This is going to be 1860, a really nice looking 25 centimos de real. It's Queen Isabella II. Very chunky copper coin. And so I think it's got some nice room here. Very pretty. Again, old Spanish type. Mint Matters is going to win that one. This one, we were trying to do some, I didn't have time, I guess. Oh no, did I not? Oh yeah, well, it's this is a Spanish coin. It's going to be, and I'll ID it for us live. It's going to be in very nice shape. A 1 centimo de escudo from 1868 of Queen Isabella II for the grace of God. That is awesome. Woohoo. Are there reruns like free to watch? Or how does one access if you want to see the woohoo glory days? That's funny. This has a little bit of like gloss on it, but it's still a fun, it's been lacquered, but 1868, big planchet Spanish bronze is very fun. This one's a bit more worn. It's an 8 Maravedis from Queen Isabella. Oh, that's fun. Wait, how much did you win on wheel? I'm curious. 1847, 8 Maravedis. Not surprised to see this one getting a couple bids. Popular type. That one will go to Siomar. Then this one, I can't tell if this is like some kind of contemporary counterfeit example. It might have been unofficially struck or something, but it's a 1816, 8 Maravedis, I think, from Ferdinand. Not exactly sure what's going on here. Brumena says you got a Givey. Oh my goodness. Wow. And the best, the other thing is, were you like, did you have a steady job at the time that you won it? Or was that like mostly, you know, tax advantage, if that makes sense? Because you take a standard deduction and the tax rate isn't the same as, when you're a doctor or something. Here's a Revolutionary War time, 1777. It's been cleaned, but I think it'll be pretty popular. 4 Maravetti type of King Charles III. Really, really nice. Tiffany Ancients leading Mintmar Shomar. And I'll go to Shomar. Is it Syomar or is it Shomar? Maybe I'm getting that wrong. And then this is a great, and this one's great coin. And so that's going to go to Syomar. Oh yeah, exactly. So gig economy, that's like a perfect win for that time frame. I just had to send a quick text there. Here we've got a nice Schiller medal. It's a much larger than normal, even for this type. Syomar. Okay, very nice. Huge. Weimar, Germany. Oh, and that reminds me of the Notgeld. Yes, this is like porcelain or clay type. So it's very, very elegant, large German porcelain / clay metal. Has a burning torch in the middle. The white porcelain, I don't think I have white porcelain left. People, got a lot of the great, and we've got some great types left. Not to say that. And these are the really large ones. The Notgeld is cool in porcelain. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of them. This one is a Saint Maria Magdalena in Breslau, 1923 or so. Arme Sundar Gluck. Looks like a 400th anniversary celebration. But these are really, really large examples. The medium, like this one, you can see is a good bit smaller. Though that one's gilded. So, and we do have a white porcelain one left. Yay, like a large white porcelain one. It is colorized. Why don't we just for fun do a $24 start? Oh, but it is gilded, but who knows? Whatever, it'll be fun. I can always complain and think that I should have started for higher. Lovely gilded on one side. This is basically referencing a German school of colors. So they're doing different palettes. Very, very interesting. And we've got gilded only from here on out on the remaining large size Notgelds. And so that's fun. Wait, my grandma loves Jeopardy, and so maybe it would be fun to watch that episode with her, and then at the end reveal that I'm actually, have known you for many years. That would be really fun. Nice, I think, German helmet on one side. Ooh, and we have the Phoenix type with some gilding as well. And so, yeah, great types. This one, Shomar, $30, I think, is a great place to Syomar to win that one. I am going to be a little stingy and go for $34 with a great torch and flame because it's the Phoenix type, which I think people really like that artwork. Big fan of it. And then the gilding, it's certainly not by me. I'm almost positive it would have been produced like that at Meissen, but I actually haven't thought about that. But it's not, I don't think it's somebody's like going and painting them on, if that makes sense, Brumena. Have not thought about that though. It would take a very specialized kind of entrepreneur to go and gild a fairly specialized series. This is the last one of these large size ones for tonight. We're going to dollar start it. Meissen, beautiful. It's way larger than normal. You kind of have like almost a Gorgon face, but it's not exactly in this beautiful inner style. Stadttheater Braufund, the State Theater of Braufund. Oh, that makes sense. The Gorgon face, like a mask. That's oh that's yeah, no, it's great. Thanks for explaining it. And it's cool that it actually the character is translating to bean. I didn't realize that. Cool magic guy, nice win there. And then there had been a couple of requests on some of these, some of the Notgeld lots. And so these are going to be from the same time period. And basically, we'll pull 5 notes. So, like, let me just go here and we'll pull. Okay, this is actually a really cool mix here. 5 notes. I think this is going to be popular. And let's make sure that there's another giveaway for some very worn but fun Pruda. We'll do some paper lots, 5 at a time. These are really pretty. We start them for $9. Sudden death. So here's the first lot. Here's the second one. Then we have a 20 million mark. This is a 1 mark. And then this beautiful, very beautiful Deutsche Amerika Woche. It has all these flags on there. 100+ year old Notgeld lot is awesome. So that one will be going to Billy. And we can do a couple of these lots. I think at the end of the day, though, pretty inexpensive when you think about the great variety that you can get. And, you know, that's $3 a note there. So it's really not, I think too tough relative to some of the other, history that you can get. Here we're going to do these 3 interesting 50 Pfennig. This one's Eilenberg. Then this one. Then we've got, oh, that's interesting, like almost a Roman look, 50 Pfennig, and then like a locomotive from Postnek. So another interesting, group of notes, and maybe we'll do 3-ish more, and we can do more than that. I mean, I'm super open to, offering a bunch. Let's see, the next 3 will be the 5 on the bottom here. We'll do a 10 Pfennig here, a Koblenz 25 Pfennig, and these look really nice. Beautiful 75 Pfennig church scene. Oh, and then another one and then this incredible farmer scene, some rifles. Reminds me of probably my German relatives who were, farmers in rural Germany. Any Civil War notes? I don't think we have those. I'm focused a little more on the world stuff here, and I have some cool, I sold a couple great US types very recently here. But yeah, $10. So this is going to be another Saalfeld. Interesting style there. And this 75 Pfennig is beautiful with another farming scene. Got a 50 Pfennig from Saal. Okay, nice. And then last but not least, that's also very fun. Gutschein with like a castle in the background. So a couple different types. Any with beer? That's a good question. Be very German feeling if we landed some of those. Let's see. So that is there. Okay, here's the next one. We're gonna have one. That's a large one with some men. Then we have this one, interesting 50 Pfennig. Oh, that's cool. It has like a full-on map. Beautiful 50 Pfennigs. And this one feels like a very a magistrate, very large, big Notgeld types. That's going to ice beer. And why don't we do one more? If there's a ton, if 3 people say to bring back Notgeld later, we'll bring back Notgeld. But I do have a bunch of coins as well that I want to try, and let's do a different mix of notes here. I'll go from the top. Just a great mix of types. Couple more. Okay, this one is nice. Niederlandstein, 100 Pfennig. Okay, why does it say 10,000? That never makes me happy. This says 100 Pfennig. This is a Bad Huffy. Oh, that's interesting. A 20 Pfennig. And then right here is another 25 Alfeld with some kind of bishop-looking guy on the front. Bring back Notgeld. Okay, it says, well, then we'll do, Oktoberfest. I was actually at I saw some friends. I didn't get anything because I'd had a nice lunch with my wife, but met them and they were having Wurst at a German restaurant. Okay, last of the Notgeld, then we're going to put it away for a little bit. We'll come back. We have too many great coins to look at. that's a fun, interesting vertical note. We have a Braunschweiger Notgeld with a nice horse. There's another horse one. Ooh, and then this is like a very realistic looking portrait. So, yeah, I don't have the Civil War stuff today, unfortunately, but so it goes. Tito is gonna snag that, and that's our little Notgeld, mix for today. Let's see. These are going to go away. And up next is what could be fun. Well, why don't we run some interesting Islamic types? Reitz Gregory, congratulations, and we'll fire up another one. Why don't we just dollar start this guy with 30 seconds on it, and then we'll get another giveaway here. But these are cool. I mean, these are really exciting. These are Mahmud silver drams right at the turn from 900 to 1000 AD, 999 to 1030 under Mahmud. Currently, obviously, back of cost. We'll see where it lands. Just when I started at $1, it means it could go for $1. And so, always a risk. That one will go to Hog Hunter. I think that's a good spot to be on them. This one's real pretty. I think I'll start this one for like $13 and see how high it bids up. You can see the script really, really well there. Very straight on, sharp. And then I think this is citing like there is no God but Muhammad. I think that's what's on this side, which is a very long-standing theme for the Islamic coin types. Blaney, go fast. Going to be the first bidder. And that's going to go to Rare Fine Trading. Says that's your first purchase. Congratulations. We've got a good mix of stuff here. This one's maybe a touch tougher condition. The taller, yep, capers sounds good. Rare Fine, no problem. If it doesn't go through, I feel confident we can get that. Get more than $15 for that one. So that's okay. A lot of interesting script around the edge as well. Nice Mahmud Ghaznavid Empire silver Durham. But maybe we'll hang on to that one. And we'll keep things moving along. Let's find the 1607 WX64. This one's a nice looking taller. It's definitely been in better shape. 259 would be the start here, which I think is good. But it could be X mount. It's worn, but you also don't see tallers running around for $250. I don't think every day. I wish I had easier access. This one's a little tougher shape, so I was able to buy it for less. But the older tallers really reminds me of like the Polish Lithuanian style as well. And so yeah, no, it's a cool type. And it's fun to have it and be able to offer. I also have a couple. Do I still have the? Let's see. What are these types? Ooh, these are Sasanian. Well, I also want to. Yeah, why don't we try some of the Sasanian ones? AD 120409. This would be Tabaristani Hemis with a 20-second start. Card unlocked. Nice. These are going to be cheaper versions of the Sasanian coins, which we sold out of, literally. These are half drams. And so, yes, that sounds good, Cool Magic. We can fire up a bunch of French stuff. I think that'd be very fun. Blaney, go fast. Nice. We'll do maybe one more, and then we'll go hit the French. $25 start here on a Sasanian Hemidram. Anglo-Norman stuff, no. I'm thinking about splurging and kind of paying up, paying a little too much probably for some nice Anglo-Norman. But I need to get a good source for it. And so let's do any more slabs. I'm close to out of slabs. I have a few. And I could run some, but I want to get to the French stuff because I'd been kind of drawing it out here. Let's see the no date, the cliche. What is that? It's a pewter type. It's from the collection. and people can say whatever they want in terms of the value of their coins. The collection I had, all the values, and they were bought from Boardwalk. Seemed to be, there were numbers on them written that were pretty high. Here's this cliche. It's basically like a one-sided metal like die trowel. Pretty interesting. The numbers cited were quite high. Why don't we do a dollar start, and then I can rage if it doesn't bid, and even if I do want to rage, I'll probably be pretty appropriate and not say too much. But Napoleonic. This is the Napoleon Bonaparte. Very interesting type. The collection was a great one of really interesting metals, French style, and Gabe Dog, good call out. Let me pull a couple of those condors. The group that we have is quite nice. I've got all of them up, and so let's see. Oh, and it looks like there's another giveaway win. I think it could have a good bit of room. The price I was on it, and that's going to go to Flox Ronan. Not exactly sure how to get that, but we'll make sure that there's another giveaway for everybody just joining. Let's see. That one's going to go to Cool Magic. I would say, how much should I rage? A minor amount. I didn't expect it to bid to like a ton. I don't know if that makes sense. This one's dated to 1882. Very nice. His idem semper honos. You have a Isora Lud Floral Restaurateur. It's a Eugene Dubois. Very nice. Am I raging? I would say mine. I mean, nothing easier than a coin dealer who's upset because they think that their inventory is the best inventory in the world and everybody should value that and pay way more than things are worth. Hopefully somebody finds that funny if you've met somebody. The flip on it said 1980s from the video. I had no way of knowing. It's a Vitellius metal, began to reign in AD 69, died AD 70. I can tell that the style of this is quite old, and comes from that great little collection that was unboxed yesterday. So I think it's pretty, and it's not so common that we have tons of these. Let's see. This is going to be a nice Napoleon. This was maybe, I think it could bid up though. But it's dated to about 1910. Souvenir, the 34th anniversary. Wanamaker. It's some kind of like jeton, a store card token. Get a little bit of advertising for their store. I also have like a cool like entry to a party or some kind of event token. And I haven't seen much like it in the past, so we'll show that one next. This is the Fest Arranger entry token. Also had like a handle of being pretty expensive on it. It's engraved to Loyerie, Fest Arrangeur, Marque Entrée, and it has this like interesting, very nice, I guess like a Joker's head on it. So I'm not exactly sure what this token would have been used for, but it's certainly an older one. And then we've got 1829. Germbra sounds good. Let me get to that shortly. This is going to be a little bit pricier. Apparently 1829 was on the engraver. It reminds me of like a nice jeton. 29th Fils de Robert le Fort. And it has the Feuds King of France. I'm not sure when Feuds was. That's what you look like. That's funny. 1790s. Let me see what I've got here that could fit that. I have the condors here, and they're all nice looking. And then we're gonna do the Germbra, the request that you had. These are all nice, and they're all gonna be sudden death. Bungay, we promised the bearer on demand 1/2 penny. Really like that for the use of trade. It's not a design that I've gotten a chance to sell tons of. And I could see this one, being exciting, bidding up, that kind of thing. We'll see. Easy is going to win that. After that, this is nice looking. Rule Britannia, sudden death. Condor here has like some, it's nice. It looks like a little like planchet crack in it, which is fun. And then it has Brunswick halfpenny on the front, 1795. The date is a little bit fair. And then there's also a nice John of Gaunt condor that we will do after. So that's going to be nice one for Mint Matters. Here's the John of Gaunt. And then it's time for WX15-06. Ooh, that's pretty. Halfpenny. Duke of Lancaster, London, and Middlesex. Let's see, I think it's got a good chance of heading higher. That one is going to head to Cool Magic Guy. All right, so we've got now, let's see, here's some of the Jesus type Christ Groshen from Bulgaria. You can see Christ prominently on the one side, then Ivan Alexander and Mikhail on the reverse. Not very easy to find these guys. You can see in this one, IC, XC, and Christ's head is on there. And then you even see detail in his robe. And so, yeah, and these are going to be silver. Do one other similar one. Oh, this one's real nice, but we'll do no sudden death because I would think this one bids up. Take a look at how nice the face of Christ is on this one. Let's see. And that one's going to go Mint Matters. I've been saying that they're worn, but it's still a widow's mite. I paid about $7.50 a pop on each of those. It must be whoever's being too most active in the chat, Eman Rasu. Again, they're worn, but they're nice. You know, they cost me $7.50 a pop, so I think they'll be fun to get. Here's another one with Christ's face, and just time's sake, we'll go with the sudden death on. And you see the ICXC and then Christ very clearly. These are thin, a little grosso, but medieval silver is always pretty enchanting as well. Yeah, clear Jesus Christ, King of Kings. And then, yeah, why don't we run that one? That feels like a good dollar start candidate. The Thomas Paine condors, those are like pretty rare, right? Am I misremembering that? This thing is a worn one. Got the Latin text on it. 1643 clear as day though. And so Brumena leading. Let's see. Germbra is going to win that one. What else? See, these are so pretty. And I was bummed that you know, I only have 5 of them in inventory, paid $40 for them. I'm trying to get 49. No sudden death. Beautiful Maratha Shah Alam. That's a nice looking coin. Fantastic. Year 34 of Shah Alam II. Just interesting Indian history type. We got a couple of different groups of rupees. We can do one more of these in case people want more, but we have some of the Arcot, the French Indian coins. Pacific Stacker, going to jump on this one. I only have, yeah, again, 5 in my entire inventory, so it's not like I have, you know, I'm abounding with this type. And then 530807. Let's see, 530807. I got to find still. Let's see. This one is going to be 01. We've got, yeah, we've got 3 left in my inventory, and I'll make them available. Just fantastic, well struck up. I love that like little pine in the corner. Then you have some of the Persian script, beautiful, really lustrous. It's very nice. Any 4-8 real we already sold. Ancient Greece. I don't know that I sold a bunch of my ancient Greek coins. This is one that I sold earlier. I had 2 of these just if people are in looking for like high-end Indian types. This is actually a Sikh Empire coin. Paid 65 for it, so looking to make about $7 on it. Sold one of them earlier to, I think it was Ruslumi. But here's the other one. Only had 2 in my inventory again. Shipwrecks. I might have a little bit of shipwreck stuff, but I don't have tons of it, unfortunately. On the bar on the table, that's going to be, that's a nice coin. I haven't even priced it. Probably like 79-ish. Am I being unreasonable there? Tell me if I am, really. Let's do a couple of nicer, those are nice silver princely states, Indian types, but then some of them are also a little nicer and rarer from like this is going to be I think it's Kutch, I forget. This is a 1 Paolo coin. And we've had these bid up really solidly in the past. Very interesting. There's some beautiful Kutch silver types as well. These are all, high eye appeal types and fairly old at this stage. Curious to see where this one lands. That one's gonna, does not surprise me that be towards 12. This one's good looking. It's a Dabu type. And I'll make sure we'll go 15 seconds. I'll start them at 7, just so that, but we'll go 15 just so I'm not super scared of something falling way through the cracks, but also gives some space to bid up there. Mint matters. How long have I been collecting coins? Since I've been 4 years old. It's definitely been a important topic for me. And these are also interesting because it's right before there's princely states at this time, and this one's actually from 1943, but it's right before they get independence in 1947 from Britain. Germbra is going to win that giveaway, and we'll keep on giving some of these very worn little mites away. And so 530807 is coming right up. 530807. Oh, and it looks like whatever it is, we have a couple of them. It's a 1.5 groschen. Interesting. So similar to a 3 polker, not exactly the same though. And these are always real popular. We'll sudden death it, and thank you, M Guns. The British first came to India, I would have guessed, was it like 1700s? I'm gonna get schooled here by Peter quizzing me on my history. I bet Peter knows. You gotta tell us. That one's gonna go to Germbra. Felt like I was getting a pop quiz there. It's been a while. I think they kind of phased them out by high school for me. 1624, nice look on this one as well. Really pretty, good examples. Log root of 10. That's 1, right? Or no, 2. It's 2, right? No, it's 2 to what? I should know this. I bet it's like 2 to like the 3.5 or 3.2. It would be 2 to, yeah. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not even sure. Sounding not very smart here. If they put me on a game show like they put Woohoo, I think I'd struggle. Okay, I could be off by a year there. I was saying 47, but it definitely could be 48. But it's right in that time. So it's interesting because those Indian coins are really from the end of that range. Looks like this is the last of, this one's going to be a clear 1624. Trying to think if I have any other types from that group. We might have some nice, like, Livonian coins, I want to say. Okay, yeah, we have some nice Livonian types that are a little tougher. Big Pappy's going to win that. But these are interesting because they're like smaller than normal, which you would normally think, oh, that means they're like less exciting. But the 3 polker for me are more common than, this is a small 1623 charging horse, 1 solidus. And I'm going to pull that one, Gabe, and throw those on the table here so that I remember to run them. Dominic says that's your first win. Congrats. Let's see. This one is going to be 1623 1 solidus. This one's a little bit of a wavier planchette. Let's see The back is pretty decent, though. You know, at least you can see the sword, the running horse and the sword raised up above. And then we've got a couple from 1624, I guess. Nice win here. And we'll keep dollar starting. Okay, this one looks really good. 1624 charging horse there. Nicely made. Ooh, and does that even have? Yeah, it has another coin on it. Very, very pretty example. So that's like, yeah, that's a solid type. Here's the last one of it, and then we got to get some other. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. It's a different. It's Litu, so maybe more of the Lithuanian, and then some kind of Solidus type. And then we'll do the Gabe Da. New foreign. I feel like the thing is, though, think about like how good Numista is. I feel like it's got to just go to Numista. I don't see a world where people are looking to pull out a Kraus catalog. And I can't tell if that's damage. It's certainly a die crack. Success to navigation, but if that's some kind of like interesting planchet going on, or what is there, what exactly is happening? That one Capers is in the lead on. Nice win. And then this is fun. It's a success to the plow type. And then we do have some good French examples. But yeah, this one's cool. You have all these different implements, like saddles and everything, and sold at the Manufactory Strand, London, Kelly's Light Harness. And congrats to the Givey winner. Let's give away another very worn Pruda while we can. Nice win for Gabe Da. And we still have a good bit of 59. Let's see what the other... Okay, we're going to go on an awesome kick of world types. I think people are going to love them. We can do a couple of Indian, but I'm thinking even like... Okay, we'll start here. 1658. It's pretty clear that this is 1658, but it's a copper liard from France. Germborough, right as I... Let's see. Can I pull it? It's a worn... It's a very worn Lepidus on their obverse. We have a full yard here. Of course, Big Pappy. Again, they're worn, but it's nice to get a Pruda. I picked 300. I sold them. Then I got and those were like the middle ones. The toughest ones I am giving away, and the other ones kept the nicest for grading. This one's really nice. 1658. It's pretty clear that it is 1658. Liard de France E mint mark. I think that's nice. It's kind of like a straight up jeton. I'm a big fan of that one. And so let's see. We have a full Decime here, larger French type, 1798. And so we'll do the ancients after this 59, and maybe we'll do 62. But we can then run a bunch of great ancients. This is a thick coin. 7th year. BB is Strasbourg, which is on the border of like France and Germany, which is kind of interesting. Oh, that's good to know. Luke Hall sounds good. Is that bean money? Is that what we're looking at there? Oh, this is so nice. I'm curious where this will bid up to. Really good shape. 1794 halfpenny King George of Wales, with great eye appeal. Still has a little, when you twist it around. Be curious to see where this lands because it's a pretty coin. Okay, funny. Yeah, we'll do. Stick around. Are you going to be here? Because I can flash it on the screen quick, but I do want to like keep running through this stuff that I have in my hand right now. If that's okay with you, we'll go that route. This one is going to be a 1813 Canadian token, so it's like a Condor from the 1800s, but except they were short on change in Canada too. So this is of the Field Marshal Wellington. It's right around the time of the War of 1812. Britain fighting against America. The White House burns down. Insane to think about. But yeah, then we'll get the bean money shortly. Capers in the lead. I paid a little bit more than $11. Not much more than $11, but I think that you got a good one. Speaking of important rulers from the 1810s, Napoleon is about the most important. I think we only brought one Napoleonic. 1813, one Centesimo, king of Italy at this point. So he shows up and he's like, I'm striking coins with me on it in all these different countries. So there's interesting Dutch ones. Very interesting. That'll go to capers there, I guess. And then this one right here, 1792. It's actually 1790 dated, so I think I messed up. But it's a iron working, and it's a very clear scene. I like it because you see the detail of the fire behind it. So my flip is off by a little bit, unfortunately. Got to watch out. And then I'm trying to think of other. Okay, actually, maybe I wasn't saying it to artificially increase. It looks like there's one other Napoleonic ones here. So we can run this one. Then we have some of the stivers that we started the show out with, which are great coins. Wow, that actually it's in nice shape. 1811, very clear detail. It's nicer than the earlier one. Doesn't mean it'll sell for more, but it's got some great reflective surfaces. I was thinking like 79. I don't know if I'm being too greedy, but it's pretty sure it's like a big piece of the boat money. That was what I had in my mind. These are like, and we sold them for more earlier. $19 start, silver Dutch types, 2 stivers from the 1750s. Hollandia, very cool. And we got a couple different dates in case people are doing date runs. But we have the Dutch Lion, and for early silver, I think that they're pretty well priced, interesting types. Very fun to track. That one's going to go to capers. We've got not tons of them left, but we try to get different years so that they're collectible by different years. This one has very good eye appeal. It's fairly worn, but it has really good eye appeal. Blaney is going to get that win. And so we're going to give away yet another fairly worn Pruda, but they're fun. That one is going to go to Horace Hardwick. Nice pickup. Then we've got a 1757 two-stiver coin. How many more? I think we've got like 3 of these. Okay, no, 2. This and one other. Real sharp. Send the boat money whenever. Sounds good. I could see there being some stiff competition on it. We're going to get through these 59, and then we'll do the boat money. And then we will... Nice one for capers. We've got one of these here. One of these stivers. Then we have another awesome world coin that I think people will love. Oh, this one's actually pretty. It's not quite as nice on this side. I just want to make sure everybody sees that so they're not misled. And on this side, the detail is really, really nice. So kind of a little trade-off on this one. And so, yeah, great type. Big Pappy is going to get that one for about $30. Then let's do $1 start on this coin. Sudden death, kind of a crazy move, honestly. It's a beautiful silver mother and child in nice condition, 1841, 20 Kreuzers. Great looking portrait on both sides, but love that. It reminds me of Bavarian, but this is an Austro-Hungarian type with a great detail side there. Capers, I think a nice little scoop for not too much is my sense in terms of that one. And then right here, Afghani is tough. Don't see too many of these. Last time I offered for a $1 start bid for a good bit more. Nice Afghani 1897 rupee. Pretty interesting coin, I would say. And then let's see. This is going to be, let's see, edit 10. Weird. Okay, let's see. This is going to go and be $1 start type I have. This is basically just a coin on screen. 1693 or 1695. It's unclear, but it's a nice looking liard. Let's see where the the boat is going to land. But first we have to do this Bolivian crown size or close to it. 10 decimos. I guess it's a 8 soles Potosi mint. Is it a 8 soles? I'm not even sure if it is. I think it is. But it's certainly a 10 decimo coin. Dollar start, no sudden death. The only way to run this one. It's not a cheap coin. Lovely crown size. Silver from Bolivia. Very interesting type. Has the llamas on either end of it. And it's just a good coin. And then we've got the boat coming right behind it. Nice one for capers. Let me see. Maybe it's time to... But it's always good to do a couple of... Okay, now I get to be an angry coin dealer. I got paid $60 for it. So, at the end of the day, losing $10 not terrible, but that's why I sometimes will protect the prices. This, I don't get nice boats like this too often. And then, yeah, Bean can come after that. Very large tiger tongue. Pretty fun. Yeah, King Cole sounds good. We're about to shift into some ancient types. You know what? I might have uploaded the wrong one. Any reals? I sold an 8 real earlier, and I think competition may just be beginning here. Again, nice boat money. Bought this one from England. Well, I bought it from a American dealer who had bought it from England. Big firm over there, and then we get some beans. Would be fun next. Absolutely. Nice win there. That one's going to Eman Resu. We've got the beans. Behind it, it is apparently the mame in front of it literally does mean bean. So we'll start this for about $32. 20 seconds, sudden death. These are very fun. They would have fit in between some of the cash coins and like the different boo, gold, and silver boo types. Very elegant, and I feel like you can have a whole big collection full of lots of different style of bean. It really resembles a bean. This one is I think this one is a good candidate to bid a lot higher. And it looks like Syomar is going to get one of my quite worn but still fun Pruda. Beautiful. This has a lot of the character on there. That's really nice. Great example of a bean money. So I could see this one being in like the low 40s would be my guess, but maybe it'll stay a little touch under there. It'll get no additional bids. Nice win for FLX. And then this one would be the last bean money that we have today. And then nope, no Minsay 70 1/10 gold. Big Pappy. This one's pretty. You can see both sides pretty well. I'm sorry about that, Billy. It's no fun. Whenever I don't have good internet, it's never a good day. The Japanese bean, yeah, we got the reals. Let's see, we have I feel like I don't want to be not offering stuff that I said I was going to. What else do we have? We've got a couple of the, it looks like there's one of these left. W6710. This is a good Japanese type. Nice 100 mon. We've sold a bunch of these in the teens. Yeah, I'm guessing that they're not going to be, is just how I would think about it. And Luke Hall, absolutely. Let me find it. It is fairly worn type. And it should be time to go to some ancients soon. JLB Coin's going to win that one. Let's see. Should be time to go some ancients soon. 259. This taller has been well requested. We'll see if this is the one where it goes. But it's also fun to hang on to. I mean, it's a Slaying the Dragon 1600, over 400-year-old big time German taller. Yeah, I mean, that's what I love so much about the coins and bringing that knowledge and learning and appreciation for history to collectors. It's so fun. And man, that's really not good. I'm sorry to hear that. We have a good 3-mark coin. These often 29 is where I'd start it. And this is in pretty good shape. A beautiful 3-mark of Württemberg. I think that would have some some opportunity to move higher, but you never know. Let's see. Yeah, there's just a great type there. We have some of the, let's see. We have some nice U.S. coins. We have some good Indian types. Just keep me updated with. Oh, but I feel like it also could be good a natural time to transition to some of our ancient coins. Here, they're all $69 starts. On this side, quite worn, but it's a beautiful portrait of a horse, Emilius. Not as nice, but you can see the head pretty well. I mean, if this thing didn't have the corrosion, easily a super expensive coin. Otherwise, you still have the important, and it's going to be lep underneath, Germbra. So that's the request. Manila. I'm guessing that I might have put the wrong upload here. This is the Lysimachus I was trying to do, the silver tet. It's corroded, but it's the same kingdom of Thrace. Same type. I was planning on offering this for like $199, 30-second start. Coin on screen, there's some corrosion on it, but it's a very pleasing Thracian tetradrachm. Apollo seated on an omphalos. Not easy to find. Wish that we had it in better shape. Not going to be easy to replace, that's for sure. And so, yeah, nice last Druid. Oldest USA. I mean, sometimes we get Colonial stuff in. That's always really fun to run. Trying to think. But we have some, if you look in our US, we list what we've got. I think you'll find some good coins in there if you feel free to request or whatever. We've got some great, and these have some bronzes on them. So we aren't starting them for too much. 15 seconds. I think there's like 6 or 7 left, but great obverse portraits. It says last year, it says your payment didn't go through. 209 on Lysimachus is okay. I think we could probably start for a little bit more if it stays with us, so that's okay. But just as a heads up. Capers, gonna get that one. We'll go to Ryan. This one, let's see. That's a pretty solid looking. Again, there's some incrustation, but these are nice little bronzes. I'm always a fan of the Pontic kingdoms there. Capers in the lead, and yeah, we got some great ancients, so fun to have them, fun to offer them. Always a highlight. Let's see. We've got, I think, how many more of these Pontus types do I even have in my inventory? I don't think it's too many. There's a nice obverse. It looks like we've got not more than like 5 after this, and then I'll effectively be out. Luke Hall sounds good. Big Pappy, nice win. This one is going to be -48. Very, very nice looking. And so, yeah, I wonder if somebody like bought the library or something, if that makes sense. Yeah, if somebody bought the library and could publish them if they wanted to. It's pretty unclear to me. And so, last Druid, Capers 70. Let's see, this one here is going to be a Mesos. Nice looking. And then we've got Luke Hall sounds good. We'll get that one up. Here, this is going to be a nice BD example, unfortunately, but you can see pretty good like waves. And then our last one is actually really solid. You can see the waves kind of made by Medusa's face there. And then we'll dollar start the last one of its type in my entire inventory. hopefully we'll be able to buy some more back. Very nice, nice look to it. And there's the misos on the other side of things. Let's see. So there was the request about 550201. Let me go find that. That one's going to go to Capers. 550201. I actually am not recognizing. Oh, yeah. These are really nice. So I paid Lucol $48 a coin for these. I would just like to sell them for to get my money back on them. I didn't buy too many. They're really nice looking. They're 1/5 rupees with great Farsi script. See lots of price comps at more established places that have sold them successfully. But they're really beautiful, and they're in the Mahe mint, so it's a lot tougher to get items of the Mahe mint. And so, you know, can run those if you would like, but didn't look like it, and that's totally fine. Trying to think of other Indian types. I've only got these 3 left in my inventory. All the other ones have sold profitably. These are slightly better date, good condition, beautiful, really, half pice types. Oh, and do we not have a giveaway going? We got to find a giveaway here. These are beautiful British Indian coins. Super lustrous, 1921, better condition. I don't know Eufomi Chan. I don't know that. Oh, and we do have some very good shape rupees as well. And then we might go back to some of the US types. Let's see, $27, or US or ancient. That's funny term. Dangerous to bid on coins when you're tipsy. Actually, I'm not going to make a comment there. Let's see. Beautiful, though. Super lustrous rupees of King George V. Golden Axe Viking. Probably missed some cool coins, because that's what I've been trying to bring to people, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, we've got some great rupees here. SWN, gonna win that one. We've got, they're real solid. We're gonna go sudden death now, and we'll have it at a lower start price. But beautiful, super lustrous British Indian rupees. Sterling, yeah, I think they're 91.7 or 9. Yeah, I think it's, or 92.5. It might be slightly less than sterling at 91, but it's high percentage silver. Of course, Hog, have a good one. Let's see. Yeah, this one's a really nice example. I'm not going to raise the start price just because people... Widow's Mites, we're doing some giveaways of them. They're real low grade, though. Man, these are nice looking. Yeah, so we're giving away low grade examples. Oh, and that has a nice die clash, too. Wow. Sold a bunch. We've got a bunch at NGC right now. Cannot wait for those to be back. And we'll do our last example right here, 1919. Then we are out for this evening. Mint Matter sounds good. AD 0703. Oh, then we have some older rupees. Those will be fun. Of Victoria. Oh man, and that'll just stay at 30. Yeah, we got the Vicky rupees. Let's see. This one is going to be, I feel like 29 is probably where we need to start them. Yeah, Vic is better. We'll see. This one's a little bit clean, but I could see it bidding up and jumping. I think Isaiah might have some nice certified ones too. That's the bus. Holding back anything really cool or different. Not consciously, but we have so much in today's sale that it easily could be the case. We sold a nice Lysimachus tet a couple moments ago. Nice Alexander tet. Here's another one. 18. This one's a little nicer than the last one, actually. That's sharp. A little scratch. Trying to think. We have the Chinese spade money, and maybe I'm like too, maybe I'm trying to get too much for them, but I did pay $105 for them, and so maybe I'm anchored unreasonably. Let's see. Here's a nice. This is the last of the Queen Victoria ones, and this one's from when she's very young, 1840. It's East India Company even is the authority under which this one was minted. So it's quite interesting. Silver denarii or denarius. I have a double denarius. Maybe I'll pull one of those. 930503. Yeah, nice doubled. No William the fifth. This one looks, yeah, $49 start. Nice. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. Victoria Eterna. I just paid like $80 for some really nice Gordian Antoniani. Oh, that's actually a very nice reverse type. I've not seen that before, but it's very pretty. Beautiful Gordian the third, ancient denarius from about 1800 years ago. Gordian is a great type. This one, it's an interesting reverse type. I don't know it quite as well, but very pleasing. Capers in the lead. And let's see, Nemesis going to get one of these real worn mites. Nice win. And we'll get another on. We'll start this at 49 as well. I think this one would likely bid up. Looks like Providentia holding. We see her holding a globe. Really nice, charming obverse portrait there. And let's get another giveaway in the tank. So that's the only way that we're, letting those go is literally giving them away today. Again, lower condition, but we thought it would be really fun. And so, yeah, that's how I try to, do it. And I still actually don't, believe it or not, I maybe to the tune of like less than $1,000 a month is what I'm withdrawing from the business. Obviously, we have 2 full-time employees. This one is more worn. Gordian, this one is going to be a Secularis. Interesting type. And so bought this one from Germany. Screen stopped on the Queen Vicky. I apologize. I'm sorry for that. Very nice Antonianus. And you can see a little bit of the debasement. How much do I keep for my collection? These days when I'm, it's more about like I'm going to charge a lot for something, if that makes sense, as opposed to like fully withdrawing much from my collection, just because if something's that good, I know I'll be able to find something cool, even cooler. Does that make sense? These are some really nice Bill and Antoniani here. This is the Zoo series by Gallienus. So this is just a couple of years later. Massive inflation, huge stag, big 4-point buck here on the reverse is really nice. It's always fun, these Zoo coins. And sounds good. We'll get to that one shortly, Germ. All the other tabs are doing that, man. Frustrated for you, but yeah, it's tough because I don't have so much I can do. These are some really nice types that I picked here. This is a great large radiate crown, and it's got luster. It's fantastic. And so that is great to see. All the Antoniani that I pulled are in great, love the eye appeal on them. And we'll do that A24 soon. This one is going to be AD24. There's also some Tetricus types, a little bit of green incrustation, but such good detail. Wow, super, super nice. You can see so much striation in the hair and the neck. It looks like kind of an Aurelian style example. And so Nice win for SWN. Let's see. I want to make some room here. And then we've got AD070 is going to be a beautiful Tetricus. I mean, these are really big flans for a Tetricus type. Take a look at that. Massive flan. Fantastic. I'm not going to raise the price, but they're really nice examples. And that one will go to big time. Nice win. This one as well is good looking with kind of an elegant, irregular flan, but pleasing obverse appearance. They were part of the end of a breakaway empire in what is like Gaul, like France in Rome. Dominic in the lead here. And then I think the last two are actually going to be a little tougher to find. This is going to be Tetricus II. So that is the son of Tetricus I. And so it's Tetricus Caesar. Weak reverse. That's because they would care about, the emperors would really care that their face looked good, would care a lot less about the back of the coin. And so you really see that on display here. Very nice eye appeal, though, for Tetricus. And then let's see. Actually, that's funny that those ones didn't go. What were we going to look for here? We were going to find and run 24, AC24. Oh, a beautiful Seleucus Imperia. The one in the holder sold for about 100 today. We started at 79 bucks. This one's similarly really nice looking. Beautiful, beautiful shape. Tetradrachm from Elagabalus. And we've got a winner. Let's see. Capers, Blaney, Cash, Kell. So nice here. Elagabalus, Crazy Ruler. Congrats to Capers. AC32-22. These are nice too. These are, we can start that. We'll do sudden death, but these have the great run. It's kind of like the taller that we have, except cheaper, very attainable. Running along with the horse, there's the sword headed all the way back, a great eagle animal on the other side as well. Kashkal, of course. And then, yeah, I hope not. It might, Billy, but it'd probably be worth it just to, eventually get it there. This one's also real nice. This one looks like the only other one that I brought, though. So, last opportunity for one of the half groats in this evening's sale. Oh, and let's make sure that there's another giveaway running. I have to make sure I don't forget. Last Druid is gonna get that. Let's get the other giveaway up. More free mites, low grade, real low grade, but mites. 34, 32, 15. We get some dollar start Russian, 10 Kopecks. Very nice and reflective surface. There's the two, Russian pronged eagles' heads. There, let's see. The next one's going to be a 1906 from a year later with great separation and definition. AC 33, 17, 10. Oh, that's a nice priced Follis. Yeah, that's great. Well struck up Russian silver. People are going to overlook it. Jimmy gets the scoop of the day at basically nothing. Nice win. Watch out, guys. And then here's a 1907. All right, let's do AC 24, 01, 13. Yep, we'll do. It's a great looking Marcus Aurelius. Then we'll do the Jesus Christ type. SWN coins, nice win. Then we've got, let's see, this Marcus Aurelius as Caesar. I could see this one bidding up really nicely. We'll do a dollar start though, and see where it lands. A bronze, not an RPC. Wow, that might be a little tougher to find then. This one was identified by Gabe. He's got a fantastic eye for exciting and rare coins. And maybe we'll do the Christ after we, we offer, looks like 2 other really interesting types. That one's going to go to Peter. Says that Peter built, that's your first one. This one's awesome. Take a look at this thing. Magnesia ad Scipulum, great Roman provincial type from the Severan dynasty, Sipulos, and then an Asclepius facing. That's awesome. Oh no, here, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Please. There we go. Beautiful bronze. And yeah, I'm pumped. When Gabe gets excited about something, I'm excited about it. Okay, this is really bothering me. There we go. Beautiful bronze. Then we have right here a nice Jesus Christ. There's not as many bidders here, so I'm going to at least 39. I could see it bidding higher. It's a Class B, really good shape on that side. And I love how overstruck it is. You can see on the other side, Jesus Christ, King of Kings. Absolutely fantastic look. And so what's going on, Peter? Is Peter in the house? I didn't see his name pop up. He's always welcome in the house. Oh, what's going on? It's a good evening. What was selling well for you today, Peter? I feel like for me, it's been good eye appeal stuff has really stood out, which is probably zero surprise to any sellers that good eye appeal sells well. But that's been a key theme for me. We'll sudden death a couple of nice chunky Roman provincial types. This is going to be a Trebonianus Gallus. Oh wow, 80 pieces of Republican denarii. You're blowing me out of the water. That's awesome. Are you looking for more? I think we might have some coming in, but I kind of also want to keep them because I don't get them so easily. It's tough for me to find. Actually, do you want the Syro-Phoenician tetradrams? I was offered a bunch by somebody, and I would be able to spare. I'd probably try to split the group. I have to get some photos. And so I think they would be somewhere in like the high 60s. But the guy may have sold them. He offered me, and I was like, oh, I guess I need to be sending you more offers is what I'm thinking. Okay, this is a Diadumenian as Caesar. He ruled for like a year. His father is Macrinus. Oh, and I didn't even see it's the She-Wolf and Twins type. Love it. That's a tougher to find provincial without a doubt. That's awesome. That's very cool, though. Blaney go fast. Nice. Here we've got a Seleucus and Pieria. I mean, this is a really nice looking Philip type. Great leaping bronze. Left facing Philip on the front of it. And we'll do another giveaway. That's each one of those costs $750. So I think that's that now. It's a pretty good giveaway clip. Investing a little more into, making sure people can come away with some good coins if they hang out and they're a little bit lucky. We got great Syro-Phoenician tetradrams. I don't know. Maybe Peter could. I'll probably have to offer these if they don't go. 2325. This would be like a 85 start, no sudden death. Roman rule, ancient Seleucid, the end of their empire. It's pretty interesting. We see them crowning Zeus, a seated Zeus portrait. It's about 57 to 13 BC. Awesome, Billy. I'm glad you got it. It's I can show you approximate shape. They're worn, but they're nice little Pruda. You can see a little bit of detail. There's the clear Pruda shape. I got in a big group, kept about 100 or 85 of them for some giveaways. Oh, and here's some better nice Campania bull types. 1521, we did sell something from 1521 AD earlier. It's pretty rare that we get them. Last Druid is the first bidder on this beautiful Campania Hiranioi type. And the nice thing here is that we got different facing examples. So Last Druid, good win there. And then this one, the head is facing the other way, and the head is and then on the other side, you can see the full bull on the other side. Very nice ancient Italian silver nomos. So those were the only two that I bought, though. So I, have two available, and I can hang on to it if it doesn't go through for Last Druid. I think I'll be very much okay. Without selling it. Let's see. This one, we've got one of these. These is like ancient Egyptian or like medieval, I'm not exactly sure but it's like Iabid style Articade of Mardin. Beautiful 6-pointed star, very intricate style. So that's very fun. Billy is gonna sneak that one. Congrats. And then we had these carts of Herod. Let's see. Oh, one. These are really nice shape. We sold some above in the mid 20s. Very large 12 Durham silver coins. Italian or Roman. I'll do my best. I may not be able to promise them though. Those were Polish-Lithuanian, the one that I sold earlier. So I think a lot tougher to find Italian of that year, but I'll keep an eye out. Maybe we'll do one more of these. Nice, large, very large planchet. And we're probably getting a little closer, but not exactly at the end. But we probably have another 10 minutes or so on the show this evening. No dolphins. I don't think we even have dolphins in the inventory, which is really sad. Used to have them. Maybe what we need here is, this is Gyalong, part of the Annam dynasty. Beautiful 7-fan zinc coin. Really interesting denomination that it was a 7-fan as well. Chinese style characters. And so, always an interesting little type. Mint matters. Nice one. I think we have one other, so definitely not getting rich off of selling 7-fan coins for, $1 profit or something. Qing Dynasty. Yeah, it looks like Qing Dynasty, but this is the only other one that we brought. Trying to think. On the Indian side, I think we have a Dodia Paisa or 2 or 3. Yeah, these are like probably a similar style. Oh, actually, no, these are Kelantan Tin Pitis. Speaking of interesting Islamic coins, nice one for Jeremiah there. These are dated, and you can even see the Hijri calendar year. Let me see if I can find where it is on the coin. I know it's on here somewhere. But these are like Incuse Punch, which is very interesting. Like tin style coins from Islamic Malaysia. Oh, there it is. I can see it. It's right there is the Hijri calendar year. So it's going to be like 1-8. And so such beautiful script. Quite interesting. Hijri 1314. Also got a couple of there's been a lot of requests around the Mughal types. So here's one nice example of the Mulher mint. Give it a full 20 seconds. Fairly good, for a chunky Indian silver to get it. And this is, Mughal style Rajas of Baglana. These have been popular. Have a nice evening, Germbra. Thanks so much. That one is going to go to Caleb. Let's see. Since we don't have so much time, I want to make sure the ones I'm pulling are exciting. Let's see. 1206. There's a couple of silver shoe. There's a couple of... Okay, these are a couple of like Vatican medals. Like Vatican papal type medals. That we could run. A couple of like 15-second dollar start situations. So this is going to be, and some intricate, it says Piazza di San Pietro in Roma. Very nice looking, of Pope Pius the 11th. Oh, at $5 I think is a good, not a ton. This is going to be a very interesting looking Vatican themed Maria type. It says 1925 Roma Anno Santo. I'm not exactly sure if it's 1925, but very nice style. Yeah, we can do some of the silver octagons for sure. Let's do, the rest of these. This one is looks like a papal Sanctus Ioannis St. John Bosco, and then Bratus Dominicus Savo. Interesting. Jesus time coins. All right, we can run. We'll find some great ancients as well. Okay, these are a little bit larger here. This is a San Antonio di Padova. Very nice. Hallelujah clear cross. Not exactly sure the composition, but very pretty. Thank you so much, Joey. Try to get good types in. That one is going to go to my Tiff. And then this is less of a medal. It's more of like a pin, but was with a similar group. This would be a beautiful... It's got a nice, it's a nice pin, or it's turned into a pin. I'm not sure which one. Very pretty bird on there. And people were asking about the jetons. I may do some of the octagons. Let's see. That one. Okay, let's try some of the octagons. Then there's some nice looking Italian silver that I haven't run that I could do. This is going to be a no date, but Louis Philippe type. We'll do 20 seconds sudden death so that we can get to WX094. Oh yeah, that's some great porcelain. We could probably do a lot of the porcelain Notgeld. Jonathan Baffy, what's going on? Thanks for the raid. Going through some beautiful jetons here, which we always love. Llamas. Is Jonathan, tell me more, because I love Jonathan. Have had a lot of great, conversations, met in person in New York. But what's the significance there on the llama? And here's a ship jet, and I know a lot of people really love the ship types. Beautiful. And make sure, okay, and there's a raid, and I forgot entirely about all the giveaways that we've been doing. Free low-grade widow's mites, but I paid $7.50 for them, so I think it's a good deal. Oh, you're Peruvian. Very fun. We sold... oh, I thought of you. I sold a Bolivian coin today. A nice 8 sold. I paid $59.68 for it. It sold for 56 here, so tough little loss on the fees. I dollar started it, though. That might have been the issue. Nice SWN coins. And then here, dated to 1821, is a nice case. That makes sense. And there's a nice ship in the center of this one. This is going to be a Caisse d'Épargne de Nantes, the 21st of January. Beautiful. And then what else? If it's oh yeah, well, we talked about some of the nice. These were going like hotcakes too. Earlier, starting at 16. We'll start them at 14 maybe, just for make sure there's deals for folks. But I'll hope that they bid back to where they were earlier. Yeah, some nice little porcelain coins. And I think it's been a while since I've done an auction that hit 10K in sales, and so I think that might be my aim for tonight. We'll do $10 on this little scythe, so we're about $240 away. And then when we hit that, may call it and plan for a great show next weekend. I think it'll be really fun. Oh, that's awesome, Billy. That's awesome. Keep going. Yeah, no, it'll be fun. And I also have to make sure I don't, save some pocket change in all of your guys' pockets for some of what Isaiah's got coming. He has some new stuff inventoried. Should be really fun. And then some of the old hits that have been really popular. Here's Freiburger Munze. I'm gonna have to get some more great silver types. No more paper notes. We have some paper. We can run some paper at the, here at the end, basically. Yeah, we've got some great, and this is a beautiful ship type. I think that this could bid right back up. But yeah, we could do another couple of the Notgeld 5-note lots that we've been running. But I think after this one, we'll have only 2 more of the biblical coins. Yeah, we've got a lot of biblical stuff. We're giving away the widow's mites. They're in real low grade, but I bought a bunch and I picked out the lower grade ones because I try to grade generally pretty nice looking examples. I'm going to start this at 19. I think it'll bid way higher. It's like super nice appearance. Saxon, 1921, 2-mark type. Very, very pretty. And then I have one other, and then that'll be it. Would like some of those at the end. Perfect. We'll make sure that we get them. It's always good to get some feedback. I mean, we could even do them shortly. I know people asked around biblical stuff. I'm trying to think if there's anything that's like in that window. Here's the last of these porcelain Notgeld that I prepared for today. Let's see, biblical time coins though. We have some ancient Indian. We have some, I'm running down, but yeah, no, we have some of the Roman Republican denarii. I feel like that's going to be our bet actually. They're a little bit worn, but there's still some good detail on them. So here's like an example. AD 20-14-02. Try it for about $64. This would have been circulating throughout the Roman world. Struck in 114 to 113 BC. Has some toning there, but this beautiful horse. Very, very pretty. 40 pieces. Blaney, go fast. What do you mean? Is that on the Notgeld that you want to see? Silver first. Carson Wren leading. These are nice types. And I was pleased I'd found a small batch. Nice, says that's your first buy from me, so congratulations. This one has an even nicer equestrian statue. Needs to be a little more expensive. $79 start there. Very nice looking coin. Also has some wear on this side, but I mean beautiful. And you can see the LEP under the arches and aqueduct. That's really special. Haven't seen it like that. Oh, the 30 pieces. Yeah, the shekel of Tyre. Love when I can find some of those, but they don't come up too often. And then this is the last one. This would be A different type. This is Claudius Pulcher, 110 to 109. Very nice victory driving a biga. A little bit of incrustation on this side, but you can see all the detail. I mean, even the little intricate detail in the back of Roma's head. And then you have victory driving the 2-horse chariot over on this side. So yeah, we've got the current giveaways are the widow's mites. Again, they're low grade. I showed them. We'll do one last widow's mite giveaway, and that'll be good for that. Here's a AC48. This is actually tough to find. A siliqua of this is basically the late Roman silver coin. So there was the denarii, but then later on you have siliqui, which are, and it says votis, like vode good 5 years, prayers for 10. This would have been Julian II, who's the apostate. He is pagan, not particularly favorably viewed. So it's scratched as mentioned, but very pretty, and siliqui really tough to come by. So that's awesome. I'm trying to think. We have a couple of the double duets remain. I'll try to get more of these. This one's a little tougher shape, so maybe we'll run it for 13, but it's a lot bigger than the regular duet. So it's fun that we have them, and I only have, I think, this one and one other remaining in our sale here tonight. Just fantastic types. Caleb, Syomar, nice win. And then here's a 1790, another double duet. Let's see. Oh, this one's in beautiful shape. That's great. And then I'm trying to think. I think I have some single duets as well. How late am I going? I think I'm only going for about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. I'm feeling tired. Got work in the morning, so but also so I want to get a little bit of sleep. And 1764. Let's do all these dollar starts. Yeah, sell. Last request. I'll take this stuff back, and I think we'll try to aim for a Saturday morning. I have to figure out my schedule next weekend. Captain, that's very kind of you. Thank you for the tip. It helps really recycle it into the giveaways. Nice win for Caleb there. This 1753 is beautiful looking. 1753 VOC, do it. Really, really nice shape. Fan of that. The duets are all classics. So yeah, 10-hour shift. That's about what I do during the day. And then we do the coins after. So it's a fun mix. Mine's Monday to Friday though, not too much on the weekends. And I get to do a Sabbath and then do some coins. So very, very interesting. Capers in the lead on this one. I'm looking around. We have some great Italian types. That one's going to go to Tim. Congrats, 1745. Zealand Mint. Do it. That's nice looking. Very, very good detail here. And then try and think of other potential. Any more jetons? We've got a couple of them. I'd be very open to running them. Nice win for Capers. And then this one's a little worse shape. I just want to be clear to everybody. But this side is nice. It's just some green incrustation, probably for being shipwrecked or something. I don't exactly know. AD 3001 is a specific request. Then we'll do the jetons, of which we do have a couple of, and they're nice. Oh, yeah, that's a good coin. Seleucid Tetradram. Let me just check what I paid. I think I'm going to need on the Seleucid one, like 279, which I actually don't think is unreasonable, but I'll show the coin. No sudden death. It's a very pretty looking Apollo on envelopes, extremely nice obverse look. just right facing. It's like a beautiful, beautiful ancient 250. The thing is, if I could buy another one quickly for like 220, I would do it, but these don't come up so often. Paper, oh, paper before I go. And Aris, right, now it's going to be gone in 5 seconds. I could see it bidding up because I don't have any other of these in my inventory. Really nice coin. And so, yeah, that's a pretty one. Love the great relief on it too. I don't have any gold. Oh, and the paper before I go. Let me just put out the reminder. We have a giveaway. Let's see. Slabbed Ancients, I'm out of. Jetons, I can try. We'll do 3 paper lots maybe. On the Jetons, it looks like there's 2 of them left. I think they're both pretty nice. One here, and the other is in front of me somewhere, and I can't quite find it. These will be $49 starts, 15 seconds now, because we gotta wrap. Though it's been so fun this evening. Capers in the lead on this one, and the other one's gonna be the 1821 dated one. This one's 1753 or so. Just want to win. Yeah, I mean, again, they're worn, but they're really fun. Nice pickup there, and then this one is the last of the Jetons for this evening. Caisse d'Epargne de Nantes, 1821, has a very elegant crest with a beautiful ship in the center of it. Nice reflective surfaces as well. Is great. Carson Wren, gonna jump on it. And then let's do a couple of the paper. This is perfect. Maybe we'll do 2 of them. And then if there's any last minute, very urgent, requests, let me know. But 2 of these. So here's the first one. It's got an owl and the prancing horse. Here, this one is a nice 75 Pfennig. Oh, it's a little series of different reverses, and then we have the horse as well. Braunschweiger Notgeld. All different types and reverses. Tim Yu, Eric, congrats. Thank you so much. No, we'll be back. I'm hoping next weekend, but also bookmark all our shows because Isaiah and Gabe are going to be running a bunch of new inventory all through this week, and we're always hunting for more great new inventory. So, don't sleep on it, I guess. And let's see, we got 5 more here. Let's see, 10-second or $10 start. We got one like so. There's another. There's another. Ooh, these are actually really fun. There's another. Next show, yeah, we'll be giving more away. Beautiful types, and very interesting history. That's 20 Pfennig and 30 Pfennig, a little less common denominations as well. So yeah, I'm giving them. It's interesting, and I always would recommend. On the mites, such interesting biblical history there, and I'll show them off. Just they're worn, but that's not anything anybody doesn't know. I sold a bunch. I kept a smaller amount for grading, and then I pulled 85 of them that were in lower grades to give to people. And then really, I mean, it's so exciting to learn about just the stories in the Bible. And so I would recommend taking a look, put some of the verses. These are collets and different reverses. It's like another little mini series here. Very, very fun. And then this looks like Martin Rinkert, I guess. And so that will be going to Tim. That's going to wrap, though, for this show. I've got lots more inventory, as you can see, to offer people. I'm almost tempted to just run a couple random ones, but I think I really shouldn't. And we'll see you guys through this week. It'll be great with Isaiah and Gabe's bookmark all the shows, and then we'll see you guys next weekend. I'll try to run another one. So let's find a raid. We'll have the notes. We'll get at least 10 next week. That would be really fun. And we'll send folks to Classic Kid. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.